Hey guys, how you doing? It's Saturday night, and I've got a ton of replays to get through. I just want to check my audio real quick, make sure it's working before I get started on all the replays. Yeah, it is. I can hear myself typing. Okay, cool. Um, so yeah, I got a ton of replays. Just people have been sending them in from the community, so I'm gonna go through them, and I hope you enjoy. Pull up a bowl of popcorn, get your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever to give you a nice foot massage. You know, live the life, live a little. First matchup, we got Metal Brigade. A whole bunch of people. MR Defenders in this one playing as Wood Elf. Time Lord's playing as Skaven. We've got Botrix Tanker and Exo over here on the other Skaven side. So we got a four Skaven team versus Skaven, Wood Elf, and Empire, and we'll see some stalwarts of our group who are in this game, and some people who maybe we bumped into like Nasdaq, um, but not in our group. Anyway, let's see how it goes. And we're in. Let's take a look at the army list. What do we have here? Eshin Triads, Assassin, more Eshin Triads, Deathmaster Snitch, another assassin. So this is a triple assassin build that we saw from Botrix in one of the tournaments lately. Eshin Sorcerer. I don't know who's got. I don't know why that Eshin Sorcerer is over there. Maybe just to support the assassins. Um, there's a Warp Lightning Cannon here. Is it Scroll buried in here somewhere? I feel like this is a Scroll Key type of army. Nope, Warlock Master. Uh, when we got a Gracier Plague over here, double Hell Pit. So I think Time Lord is playing the greenies, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be, I don't know, it could be Tanker. There's Glade Riders over here. Yeah, no, Tanker's probably not running double Hell Pit. That's probably MR Defender with the Glade Riders and Dryads. Yeah, this must be Team Tanker, Exo, and Botrix, and then here it must be uh, Team Time Lord. There's Bretonnians over here with a King Lewin in the air. We've got Franz in the air, and that's pretty much it. So let's get into it without any further ado. In terms of artillery, what do we have here? We've got Hellstorm rocket batteries ×3 on the far side. Not the greatest for artillery duels, but against pretty much everything else, they're going to do great. I mean, they're okay in artillery duels. They do have really long range, and they should be able to take most things out. Uh, Maybe even the Warp Lightning Cannon. We'll see if those first shots go in towards the Warp Lightning Cannon. There is a there's a Plague Claw Catapult, another Plague Claw Catapult that will probably try and counteract that. Over here on the far side, we've got the Assassin Squad moving up on the flank, largely undetected. There's nothing in these woods that's going to be able to deal with them. On the far side, we do have the Vanguard action from MR Defender coming into play here. The Dryads are not yet active. For now, it's just some skirmish play from the Wood Elf Cavalry. Hellstorm is going in here. It looks like it's missing most of its shots against the Warp Lightning Cannon. In return, here comes the Plague Claws and such. A couple shots going in here on the... Oh, maybe these ones will connect? Yeah, let's just watch this artillery duel for the first little bit. Yeah, those 3 Hellstorms versus 1 Plague Claw. That Plague Claw is in deep trouble. And it looks like it's only in range to actually shoot at the infantry. It hasn't pulled into range of the Hellstorms. So the Hellstorms are not even worried about taking return fire. Of course, the Plague Claw can flee into the distance, rally, and come back, and it probably will do that at some point in the battle. And the question is the Hellstorm going to be disciplined enough to hold on to that ammunition for the time that happens? Grail Knights getting in here on some Skaven slaves, breaking them up, nothing too exciting. And it looks like the Empire and Skaven have decided to commit. Even though it seems like they were ahead in the artillery duel, they're still deciding to push out. This could be a big problem for them, because look at this Skaven force on the flank here, which is going to be able to slip the gap super easily now that all the infantry has pushed up to the front. Let's just take a quick look around the battlefield here. There's a lot going on. Have the Dryads engaged. So there's the attack order from MR Defender, pushing that Dryads into action. In the rear, we have the Skaven slaves trying to screen out the Glade Riders and bait out some of their chaff. They're doing that effectively. Some Knights Errant in response to the Glade Riders also looks like they've been activated. Well, the Glade Riders, yeah, Bretonia and the Wood Elves are on the same team, so yeah, it's not like they're attacking the Wood Elves. Here's the charge coming in here with the Clan Rat Spears, gonna hit them, but that's what they're good at, getting hit. Um, Ditto with the Peasant Mob, so some washy engagements across the front, but there's some Overwatch artillery fire coming in here. But this is Warp Lightning Cannon into infantry. We'll see if it's able to snipe out something more valuable like a Plague Claw or Skrulk. Let's take a look in the midline now. So this is what I was sort of predicting might happen here, is if all that Empire infantry pushed up, this flank was left undefended, then this was going to lead to 3 Hellstorms being lost and potentially more. This is a very bad situation here for Mr. Karl Franz. He's got so many things on him right now, both buffs and debuffs, but against 3 assassins, Karl Franz is going to get absolutely wrecked. He needs real infantry to support here and protect these Hellstorms. That is not going to be enough, and we could just watch the paint get peeled off of his beautiful mount here as 3 assassins just absolutely go ham on him. Oh no, never mind. Snitch's buff did not stick. He's going to take off high and dry, leave his Hellstorms to just die, and that's it. Orb Lightning Cannon's over here shooting into this pile. I think it's trying to take out the Hell Pit, so there are shots going into the Hell Pit here. There are 2 Hell Pits going up against 1 Hell Pit and a whole bunch of other stuff. Ikit does have anti-large. He's in here fighting as well. Skrulk is in here as well, so this is just a crazy fight in here, and it looks like it's starting to go in favor. Honestly, it's too hard to say. I think it's going. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mosh pit right there. We're gonna watch that. There's a Warlock Master back here and a Gracier Plague who are kind of just sitting high and dry. Maybe they could dive in here and put in a little bit of work. King Lewin is in the back line here. The Dryads are running shop, so it's a little bit of anarchy across the board. It is a 4v4, so it's hard to comment on everything. There's just a lot happening right now. I'm going to try my best, but I'm sure I'm going to miss a lot here. Rear charge is coming in with the Wild Hunters Arkernos and the Wild Riders. They're going to get into some of the... hey, Squirrel, how's it going? Get into the Warp Fire Throws, the Natty Boobos, and other things. And maybe even shut down the Warp Lightning Cannon, even if it is somewhat briefly. On the far side, the Hellstorms, it looks like they've broke in, but they have rallied, and they could, in theory, reman their positions. But there is a unit of Eshin Triads which has been left in reserve. I guess in case they do try and reman the artillery, then the Eshins can always sneak over there and just take it offline again. They do have stock as well, so it's not like the Empire player is likely to see that. Over here we have a Branch Wraith. I'm trying to see where the Wood Elf leadership is at. I'm assuming it's Orion because I've seen... Yeah, there's Orion right... Oh no, it's a Glade Lord. I've seen MR use Orion quite a bit. The Glade Lord's trying to snipe out the Gracier Plague, which is an excellent target for him to be shooting at. Looks like he's doing that unimpeded. And there are shots coming in from the Warp Lightning Cannon also into the Gracier Plague. So those are excellent targets to be... That is an excellent target to be shooting at right now. On the other hand, this Hell Pit Abomination is quite low, but not quite out either. And so it is going to be regenerating its health. And this other... Yeah, same story here for this Hell Pit Abomination. Also very low on HP. We do have a 2v1 fight, 2 Hell Pits versus 1 Hell Pit. And that goes in favor of the 2 Hell Pits. And things are getting dicey here for... I think that's Scryer, Team Scryer. Anyway, the Greys, the Grey team. I gotta work on my rat knowledge, my rat lore. Anyway, Sisters of Thorn taking some shots here from the Avalanchers. This is the Hellstorm Rocket Battery back online. Like I said, though, the Eshin Triads kept in reserve are just keeping them shut down. So now some Spheres have been pulled into the back to try and support them. Warlock Master is getting into the fray here, trying to keep his guns online, but the Branch Wraith is in here as well. Branch Wraith should... I think you could probably take a Warlock Master, but not without support. It did get a little bit isolated here. The Cavalry is still going strong here, but there's still a decent amount of stuff that can screen and shoot. This Warp Lightning Cannon is being taken offline by Armor Defender right now with the Dryads in the back. The Dryads should do well against the Clan Rats as well, but their leadership is an issue. And it looks like they're very close to be going down. Rat Ogre's taking shots in the back from Sisters of Thorn. That's a good target for the Sisters. These Sisters of Thorn are shooting into Stormveiled Inhabitants. Also not a bad target, but they are armored, and I don't think that light fire is going to do too much. King Lewin is getting into some Clan Rats. That's kind of a waste of his time. There's much more valuable things that he could be doing than diving Clan Rats. And over here, yeah, Grey Sierra, it looks like he was able to stay alive despite the earlier shots from the Warp Lightning Cannon and the Glade Lord. I'm not sure why that had stopped. It looks like the other Warp Lightning Cannon was probably taken offline from the Eshin, yeah. From the Death Runners came in here, took off that Warp Lightning Cannon, which was shooting in at the Grey Sierra flag. So now that that's off, like, so basically across the board, the Empire and Skaven decided to push up, probably prematurely, and then because they had nothing in reserve, then it was easy pickings for the sneaky Skaven assassin squad to take them out. The Eshin, Team Eshin. This Warlock Master is scurrying off into the distance, but I'm starting to see a lot of red on the map. I think this game's pretty much done, so I'm going to hop into the next replay, and we'll go from there. It's fun to see the big 4v4s, but sometimes, I'm not going to lie, it can be a little hard to keep track of everything that's that's going on. So yeah, just to go over the teams there, I know there was a lot going on. So Botrix was Scryer, Nasdaq was Pestilence, Exo was Tanker was Eshin, and this one is Rictus. So yeah, Sergeant Clueless, he was the one who pushed up and then left his Hellstorms exposed. Time Lord was in there scrapping with the other Hell Pits. MR did the Vanguard, and Metal Brigade, he was using his cav. Actually, it looks like, at least kill wise, Metal Brigade did pretty well with his cav, but sometimes it's hard to tell if it was just like Clan Rats and other things or what, but yeah. Alright, moving right along. We've got, I'm just going to go alphabetically, I guess, and we'll go from there. So we got Tanker versus a string of digits. And so Tanker has been on this kick lately where he's doing certain challenges. And in this challenge, he was allowed to pick any lord that he wanted, and he had to win a quick battle with nothing but like the lowest of low tier Bretonnian stuff, but with chevrons, because he's still got to balance out the funds. So he's just got yeomen, he's got 4 Growler Leaks, he's got peasants, and that's pretty much it. So he's going in. Marauder Horsemasters, gonna get the charge in, take them out. Just for fun, let's see what the stats are on these things fully chevron up. 31, 34, pretty good. The thing that holds them back though is the weapon strength. If you have poverty weapon strength, doesn't matter if you land all of your hits. It's not going to hurt very much. But against Light Cav, you don't need very high weapon strength. You just need to do damage, and the Light Cav should break. Light Cav is notorious for pretty low leadership and not being able to take a punch. So in this particular engagement, that is a favorable one for Tanker. Over here, we've got a Marauder Chariot. It's pretty brave to bring Chariots against Bretonnia, I will say that, because Bretonnia is known for bringing a lot of cavalry. So Chariots tend to do very poorly against cavalry. And no surprise here, they are doing poorly against cavalry. But yeah, so these 2 units of skirmishers are gone, so that gives Tanker immediately the mobility advantage. And then let's see if these yeomen are able to just take out this chariot. I think they can, and they are going to dive the chariot, and with some overwatch fire from the mounted yeomen archers, that will further buckle the leadership, because don't forget there's a penalty to leadership for being under fire. If you look here, attacked in the rear, faster, stronger enemies, flanks exposed, and under missile fire. So it's a -5 penalty to leadership for being under fire, which is not a lot, but it can be the difference between breaking or not breaking. Over here, there's some rear action coming in from Tanker. He might get in a sneaky charge on these Marauders. I think he will. He might also take shots from his own archers in the back as he gets that charge in, but Nothing too painful, I suppose. And yeah, no response from the Norskin player, who is, I guess, busy microwaving other things. It looks like he sent a Manticore after Lewin, but Lewin can solo this Manticore no problem, and he'll just heal up afterwards. So not anything that the Bretonnians can't deal with just yet. They are going to kite the mainline engagement to buy a little bit more time for their horsemen to do work, and also further expose the rear charges. So Tanker just very tactfully dissecting this Norskin player. Wulfric has gotten way overextended versus the rest of his army, so all of this is exposed now without the leadership support. The chariot has come back and is going to charge into the anti-Yeoman archers, but the Yeoman archers are fast enough to just kite it if they should choose. So looks like they will get baited back into that fight there. Honestly, they might even be able to fight it with all those chevrons. There's only 3 unit models here, right? And yeah. Anyway, these guys are going to be a problem. The Norskin Ice Trolls. I think the only thing that can kill the Ice Trolls is probably Lewin. So we'll see if he gets in here. The Grail Reliques are here. They're trying to buff the leadership of the peasant mob. He's brought 4 Grail Reliques, which is absolutely insane. That's 2,000 gold worth of Grail Reliques. For that price, you can buy a dragon. I think the Moon Dragon is about that price. A Star Dragon is maybe 2,400. So yeah, and yep, you can see the kills of other players. So here you go. Yuman's going to get in a nice rear charge. Balance bar is shading slightly in favor of Tanker. With another rear charge here, maybe those Marauders are going to break. If the Marauders break and the Trolls lose their screen, it could be trouble for them. Sword of Corona has been popped. It's going to lower the melee defense of these Ice Trolls. They're not going to take too much damage from Peasants, though. And this could be trouble for Lewin. He does have Hunter of Champions on him. And Wulfric is no slouch in combat. He's pounding him in the back, so Wulfric plus the Ice Trolls could single-handedly turn this balance bar back around in favor of Norska. Tanker's got to be really careful here, and I think he will probably want to peel Lewin away, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He did take the charge in the rear from Lewin as well, so that's kind of painful, but yeah. I think he's got to go after this Pharaoh Manticore, try and get these chariots off of the field, be very conservative with his ammo on these Yeoman archers, and then use the Yeoman archers to probably pick down Wulfric. It looks like he's shooting into the Trolls right now, but I think the Trolls are just going to be able to heal that damage up. So I think they're best... their ammo's best used shooting into Wulfric. I mean, shooting the Manticore is not a bad choice either. There's a good chance that the Manticore will also rampage, which means it's going to dive down on the ground and start chasing Yeoman archers and become a non-factor in this fight. Looks like Tankers decided to commit Lewin to the Trolls instead of the Pharaoh Manticore, and actually they do... Looks like they do break. The Terror is able to take them out of the fight because of their poverty leadership. That is certainly an option, I guess. There is another Pharaoh Manticore over here that Tanker's probably going to want to deal with. Lore of Metalcaster is in the back. Tanker could probably also take out the Lore of Metalcaster. Maybe he's going to dive the Yeoman archers onto the Shaman of Metal and just erase that. I would expect that would be the next play. Infantry situation looking very dire for Tanker. He's got a couple units of infantry on the periphery here, some peasant mob. Over here, this unit of Yeoman archers is almost out of ammo. Definitely does not want these Norskin Ice Trolls rallying. And fortunately for Tanker, they are going to break and head off the map. Balance bar is in favor of Norska right now, but Tanker's sticking to his guns. Got another nice rear charge in here on these Marauders, and he is not giving up. He's in it to win it. He's going for the biscuit. Lewin Kerr is in here fighting with the Trolls, trying to get the Terror route on the Trolls, trying to keep his battle reliquary online, but he's getting plowed by Wulfric, and that is one area of the map where I think Lewin Kerr is going to have to just concede some ground. The Mammoth is just putting in so much damage to him right now, and Lewin's got to be really, really careful here. On the one hand, there is a beloved son of Bretonnia that's probably popping at this point in time. It's when he's like below 50% health, but his leadership is above. Did Tanker bring it? Beloved son of Bretonnia? No. Ladies champion? No, I don't think he brought it. But there's an ability that gives everyone map-wide a charge bonus when he's below half health and has the leadership. But actually, oh my God, he just routed. Oh, it's army losses. Yeah, I think just getting stuck in there with Wulfric was a big problem. I think he should have gone hunting after the the sorceress and maybe tried to bait Wulfric or the trolls to come chasing after him to protect the sorcerer or whatever. The sorcerer was really low there. Or maybe take out the mammoth. So Tanker was not successful in this attempt, but it was a close one, and he was ahead at the beginning. He did get some good engagements early on, but in the end, I think it was Wulfric and the trolls that gave him a big problem. And obviously the manticores were an issue too. I think Lluid could have fought them one at a time. He could not have fought them both at the same time. But while he was up in the air dealing with the manticores, his front line was just getting straight run over. So tough. But did Tanker give up? I don't know. We'll see. I want to keep with the alphabetical order here so I don't lose my spot. So here's another one going up against the Avalorn High Elves, Light T. This is supposedly his first attempt. He's got Reponse. Again, 4 Reliquaries. He's committed to keeping his peasants fighting to the end. The buffs don't stack, though, so I don't really understand bringing 4 Reliquaries. I think Tanker probably just couldn't spend any more money. What he had 1 unit card there. He probably should have brought a caster or something. Like, he's really shackling himself with not even a caster, because with a caster at least you can bring Manticore summons or something, but he's really like deliberately handcuffing himself on his army select to just give himself a challenge. So Yeoman skirmishers going up against a very defensive High Elf army. I think this is going to be tough for Tanker. The High Elf player is probably just like so confused right now. Like, what is going on? I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because I do have a lot of replays to go through, but let's take a look here. So Tanker's coming up on the flanks. He's going to get in a charge here into some archers. That's a nice charge. This is some really good damage. These Dryads were slow to respond. On the other side, he's going to try and do the same thing, but in this case, the Dryads, are they going to screen? Nope, they're going to take a charge in the rear as well. But in the midline, here comes a banishment. Going to banish some peasants, which is majorly overkill, but it'll kill them nonetheless. In the back, Reavers are trading shots with Yeoman archers. Another charge coming in here into these archers. Dryads still not responding. Tanker got the Yeoman into the back and shut down all 2 or 3 Eagle Claw ball throwers. That is unbelievable. I don't know how the High Elf player was not able to respond to that, especially on such a small map. Look at how close Tanker was to the edge. All he had to do was shift the spear unit like right here, and Tanker would have no room to maneuver. Nevertheless, shots coming in from the archers. Sisters of Avalorn and 2 other regular units of archers are going to be able to delete these mounted yeoman archers. These mounted yeomen. Even with all those chevrons, they're still sitting at about 60 leadership, and they have like basically no armor and no shield, so shots are really going to hurt. This is where a Vortex spell is very much needed, but Tanker didn't bring a caster, so that sucks for Tanker. Rapunzel is going to get in here and do what she can to the archers, but it's going to take her a long time to cut up all of those archers. Surprisingly, Tanker is ahead in the balance of power. So we'll see how that goes. Rapunzel is popping her Sword of Lyonesse, going to buff her weapon damage, but it's probably overkill. I think any unit she hits are going to die anyways. I don't know if she needs the buff to her weapon strength. But hey, if you got it, flaunt it, right? Yeoman archers shooting in here at the regular High Elf archers. They're getting a 2v1 engagement here, so that's pretty nice. More charges going in on the bolt throwers, just keeping them shut down. And balance force is still slightly in favor of Bretonnia, which is quite incredible. We'll see if the Grail Relic has been sent into melee and is currently tying up an entire unit of archers. That is absolutely hysterical. Over here. Oh my goodness, you never know what to expect with these replays. The other unit of the other Grail Relic is trying to brace these peasants. They are just barely holding on against the Dryads and Spears. The Dryads decided to fall back and go after these Yeomen, which means that the leadership of this peasant mob just stabilized. Charges coming in here from the Yeoman archers. Just some aggressive play here from Tanker, trying to use the charge bonus to keep the High Elf archers shut down. Alario's had enough. She's going to get in here and try and protect her back line. Tired of looking pretty up in the air, but here comes Rapunzel. Rapunzel is going to do it for the people. Try and be the hero of Bretonnia. Get in on Alario. That is a good fight for Rapunzel. She's going to chase after it, but is the chicken Alario going to get up in the air? The answer is yes. So Rapunzel's got to dive back in combat and get her damage going ASAP. Balance bar is starting to twist back. This is really important for Rapunzel to continue to do damage and keep the pressure on. Rear charge from Alario coming in here. Rapunzel's going to counter with a rear charge of her own. That's going to do some pretty good damage. Let's see if Rapunzel is able to stick on Alarielle. Doesn't look like it. I don't know. I mean, she's doing work here. She's doing work. But Balance Bar is going now very heavily in favor of the High Elves, just because all of the Bretonnian infantry and cavalry is now going off the field. On the other hand, Alarielle is getting absolutely punted. There goes the buff from Rapunzel, I believe. Oh, no, but Alarielle's just going to scoot off. And that's going to be probably GG for Bretonnia. Oh, she does tag Alarielle again. But I don't think there's any way to come back on this one. No, that is it. So 2 attempts and 2 unsuccessful games for Tanker, but not all losses are a loss if you learn something, and I think Tanker was learning. And hey, look, did he do it? Bretonnia versus Clan Eschen. Maybe this is the niche for the low-tier infantry against Skaven. Skaven struggles with low-tier cavalry because it can not be a choice target to shoot, and it can be hard for them to protect their gun lines. Skaven is going very tight. Tanker is very wide, so this is more of an ideal scenario for Tanker to be in. And look at all the space he's got to work with on this map. It's not like the last map where everything was tightened right up into the edge of the map. In this case, the Skaven player has generously moved to the center of the board, which is going to open up all kinds of opportunities for Tanker for rear charges and frontal attacks. So this is something we saw in the other matchup that Tanker played. He pushes up on the sides and then he falls back with his front line. So it baits the Skaven player forward, and that creates again more opportunity for rear attacks and flank attacks from his flanks. Yeomen are trying to get in here on their Rattling guns, but there is suppression from the Rattling guns, which slows the movement speed of the Yeomen. They're going down to a speed of 58, so that's pretty grindy. They're getting shot pretty hard there. Shots from the Yeomen archers are coming into the Plague Monks. Plague Monks are unarmored, unshielded, high damage infantry. That's very cost effective for Tanker. Of course, the Rattling gunners are going to just turn around and continue and start shooting the Yeoman archers. These guys are a little bit blobbed up. They need to work on their spacing there, so 2 units don't get hit with one, like volley. But yeah, Tanker's going to try and probe the back line here. Coming in with 3 units of Yeoman archers, he can split one off perhaps and tag the rear of these Rattling gunners. We'll see if he's able to do that, and that is exactly what he's going to do. Meanwhile, Warlock Master overextended. King Lewin Kerr going in hard on him, and Warlock Master is getting chunked down by the savage claws and beaks of Biakwi, which is the mount of Mr. King Lewin Kerr. Does he go by Mr. or does he insist on being called King at all times? Who knows? Who knows? Shots here into the Rat Ogres. Another charge coming into the rear of these Rattling guns. And, well, not the rear. I guess they're facing them. Not going to do the most damage, but anytime you can charge Rattling gunners and just suppress their fire, that's kind of a win. Plague Monks continuing to take damage. Rattling gunners and Warfire throws being racked out a lot, but just really not having much time to just sit and fire the way they like to fire. King Lewincar is going to take some shots from the Giselles, but he is able to shrug missile damage better than most with his missile resistance. And I'm assuming Tanker brought that. He did. It does not look like he's... I think you have to pop that. He's not popped that just yet. It's this ability here. The Lion Shield, 44% missile resistance. Maybe he'll want to pop it now that he's snared. Let's see if that goes off. Who knows? Balance bar slightly in favor of... oh yeah, this is a lot of damage. Tanker's got to pop that now. Oof. Oof. He lost more than half of his HP off of that net. That was very painful. So the Warlock Engineer, or Warlock Master, gets a little payback with that Howling Warp Gale against Lewin, but Lewin should be able to heal it up, I believe. Yeoman archers are shooting into the Plague Monks. They can also dive these... they can also dive the shooting if one unit breaks off. I don't know if two units need to charge the Plague Monks. They're doing it, though. They're doing it. Lewin is going back after the Warlock Master. That worked out well for him last time, and he knows that Howling Warp Gale is down. Of course, these should probably just turn and shoot at Lewin, seeing how low he is and the fact that he's just running across the front line, but they're not. And Tanker is taking advantage, just getting in some shots on the Warlock Master. Okay, now they have, and here comes the Howling Warp Gale. So Tanker's really got to pop that Lion Shield. There it goes. 44% missile resistance. That's going to help a lot against the Rattling Guns. These do not do magic damage, however, but still the missile resistance is going to help a lot. I think he does have a base missile resistance as well. Let's see. It does say 44%. Oh yeah, no, 59%. So yeah, Lion Shield is 44%, but he has a base missile resistance, so it's 44% on top of his base missile resistance, so it goes up to 60% missile resistance. That is a lot of missile resistance. I'm going to stop saying the word missile resistance. Things are getting really balled up here, but if Lewin can get in one Alpha Strike, take out the Warlock Master, there's a chance that things are going to start to rouse. Skaven is not known as being the highest leadership faction. Over here, Yeoman Archers are getting tied up in Clanrat Spears, definitely not where they want to be. Gravelleak is buffing their leadership, but that's kind of iffy. But Lewin is in the sweet spot right now, just rubbing up on the Warlock Master, but Plague Monks are going to screen for him. I think these Rat Ogres need to be protecting the Warlock Master. They'll do a better job of it than the Plague Monks, which Lewin could probably just push through if he was so motivated. The Peasants are running to the edge of the map. Balance Bar is now, for the first time, slightly in favor of Skaven, but Lewin is not calling it quits just yet. He's going to... Oh, there's another Howling Warp Gale on Lewin. Super painful, but rear charge is coming in, shutting down the Rattling Gunners. This time, Lewin is not going to take as much damage as before. The Howling Warp Gale does last for a really long time, but Yeoman just being absolute heroes, shutting down the Rattling Guns once again, keeping their Lord and Savior, Mr. Lewin Kerr, alive, and he's going to go after the Warlock Master once again, it looks like. Just sticking to the game plan, not getting distracted by everything else, going for that Alpha Strike on the leadership. Gonna try and get in here, and no Micro was successful to dodge that, so looks like the Warlock Master is going to head off into the distance. If Lewin Kerr can take him out, that could be a big, big deal. Let's see. More shots coming in, though, from the Rattling Gunners to see if these Yeoman can shut that down. Yes, they will. Peasants have rallied. They're feeling more confident now that the Skaven leadership is getting in trouble. Plague Monk Censer Bearers are... I mean, what is here? Just one Grail Reliquary? Plague Monks and Clanrat Spears getting committed to one Grail Reliquary. It's a lot. And that's left opportunities to keep those Rattling Gunners down. Balance Bar is very much in favor of Skaven. But Bretonia's not out yet. I mean, it's mostly shooting and low-tier chaff. Well, I mean, Clan Rats. Very depleted Plague Monks. Okay, one healthy unit of Plague Monks. But no mobility, and Tanker still has a unit of Mounted Yeoman. Pretty much full health. He's got Yeoman Archers here, and he does have Peasants and a few more Archers over here. Can he pull it off? He does shatter this unit of Rattling Guns. That's going to bring the Balance Bar, within striking range. This unit's wavering. If he can take these two out, it could create some holes. Then there would only be one unit left that can shoot. Don't forget, Lewin Kerr can heal. Let's see if he is currently healing. Yeah. So every little bit of health that Lewin Kerr gets back is going to push the Balance Bar more towards Tanker's favor. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, as I'm assuming Tanker's going to want to just take a little breather here for Lewin, give him a little bit of HP. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. They're going to jockey for position. Lewin is going to continue to heal for a little bit. Just wait for the moment to strike. In the meantime, the Yeoman Archer is going to take in some pot shots against the Plague Monks. Oh, Lewin taking a few more shots here from the Rattling Gunners. A lot of posturing. Can Tanker do it? Here he goes. He's going for the Alpha Strikes. Going right in, breaking that unit immediately. That's one less angle he's got to cover. He's going to get in a charge there. Trying to try and tag them again. Trying to stay away from the Spears. The Spears are not the worst in the world. Actually, the Plague Monk Censer Bearers would probably hit a lot harder than Spears. Just trying to pick things apart. The Yeoman Archers are out of ammo. He does take the charge into the Spears. Yeah, I don't know if that was cost effective for him. I don't know. This is better though, because you hit them on the front and the rear. They're going to break. That was nice. So that's the key to victory there. He's got to lock them up in the front and then rear charge with Lewin in the back, and that terror will break them. Skaven's going to go really tight here, but they're out of ammunition. That means that Tanker can kind of determine the terms of engagement, and he's going to break his Plague Monks, I would assume. Skaven player is being smart here. He's putting the unit with the lowest leadership in the middle so that it's hardest to get the charge in on him. But shots still from Yeoman. They do have a little bit of ammo. They're going to use the last little bit they have left. Almost out of time here. Okay, here comes the charge. Tanker's going all in, dives everything all at once, pops the Sword of Corone, lowers the melee defense, hits him again, hits him again, hits him again. Can he do it? Can he do it? He does. That's a surrender for the Skaven player. So you've seen it. Tanker, he's able to win a game in quick battle with 4 Great Reliquae, Lewin Kerr, no caster, and just max Chevron maxed Chevron like crap, basically. Not even the peasant mod didn't get max Chevron, but yeah, almost everything else did. He actually put chevrons into his Grail Reliquae, which I found absolutely hysterical. Anyway. So it took him, I think, 3 tries, but he did it. At least that I can see. We got another one here. Brett post-challenge refresher. Wow, if you like Bretonnia, this is for you, because there's been a lot of Bretonnia games. I guess this was Tanker just going back to regular Bretonnia after beating the challenge. Going up against the Footlords. So Footlords are good against factions with low mobility. They're bad against factions with high mobility. So Bretonnia is a pretty high mobility faction for the most part. So I think Svigold is going to struggle. Where you want to bring Svigold is maybe against Vampire Counts or against oh my god, Vampire Coast, against Dwarf, against maybe Empire if you're expecting a static Empire build. It really but if you're expecting like artillery and you want to walk towards the artillery without being shot, then Svigold's your guy. But Bretonnia is not really that type of faction, so I don't think Svigold is going to have a very good day today. And we shall see. Chaos Sorcerer in the air. You're going to get punked by Bretonnia. It's very dangerous to bring an air force against Bretonnia if you're Chaos, especially if you don't bring any support. This Chaos Sorcerer, whatever, has no chance. He's going to get immediately taken off the field. Chaos did not bring any anti-air support, excuse me, in terms of like actual air force, as well as ground to air fire, right? He has no skirmish cavalry. So even if he kites like crazy with this Chaos Sorcerer, there's going to be no damage taken by these Peg Knights or the Lord or anything else. So if you are going to bring something in the air and you're not bringing other air units, at the very least you have to bring ground to air shooting. Chaos player is going to be kind of desperate here. He's going to try and advance. He has to advance if he doesn't just want to lose this Chaos Sorcerer before the fight even starts. Surprisingly, the Chaos Sorcerer is still alive. I don't know how he's managed to kite for so long, but these Peg Knights do have the speed to take him out. And wow, what happened there? Enfeebling Foe. They peeled out because of Enfeebling Foe. I think Tanker could have just stuck it. Let's see. This did the Enfeebling Foe just dropped. But yeah, even with Enfeebling Foe, I still think they can take out the Chaos Sorcerer. But I think Tanker should just stick to the Chaos Sorcerer with the Peg Knights. The Peg Knights can kill him. I mean, I would take it offline. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. Looks like he's able to dodge Henri Le Massif and the Lord. I don't know. I think maybe Tanker getting a little distracted here with the frontline engagements, but I would certainly try and take out the Sorcerer. It looks like he was able to dive into the melee combat, so maybe a bit of a missed opportunity, because now he's right next to the Dragon Ogres. If Henri Le Massif and the Lord do try and go after the Chaos Sorcerer, then the counter response from the Dragon Ogres can certainly be a problem. Henri Le Massif is going to peel out of the way. Over here it looks like a chariot has been tied up, so the Henri and the Lord have kind of split in 2 different directions here. One is going to deal with the chariot and secure the safety of his backline. The archers are going to shoot in here. Archers, I think, should be shooting in at the Dragon Ogres. Dragon Ogres are pretty lightly armored. They do have some missile resistance, but overall, 60 armor, I mean, it's okay, but it's enough that Bretonnian arrows can certainly get through here. Here comes a big strike from Tanker, going right at the Dragon Ogres with the Damsel of Life, just all in here with all the heroes, Peg Knights, Henri, and the Lord. It's going to just cleave through these Dragon Ogres. Once the Dragon Ogres get off field, it's going to be really hard, I think, for Chaos to keep the large from just cycle charging. There are Chaos Warriors with Halberds ×2, so they will be an issue. Of course, these Chaos Warriors with great weapons can solo everything on the Bretonnian front line, and these Chaos Warriors can do that as well. So there's no question that Chaos can win the frontline engagement, and honestly, he probably overspent on his ability to win the frontline engagement. You don't need Mirror Guard and Chaos Warrior's Great One and Chaos Warrior Great One and Chaos. You don't need 4 units of like mid to high tier infantry against Bretonnia. You're gonna win that. Anyway, Chaos Warhounds shutting down some Peasant Bowmen. Countercharge coming in here from the Royal Peg Knights. Looks like they're going after the Chariot. I think, I'm not sure here. No, maybe they're trying to tag the Chaos Warhounds. In any case, they're fighting Chaos Warhounds with 2-on-1, with like 2 Peg Knights versus 1 Chaos Warhound. They should be able to take them out. Gorby's Chariot is no slouch in combat, but it's not meant for fighting Peg Knights. Peasant Bowmen are going to get ripped from the Chaos Sorcerers. Pendulum, Henri, and the Lord are going to take off here. Svigold was on a mission to come get them. In the back, the Dragon Ogres have rallied. Chaos Sorcerer Shadows has taken a beating here. I'd like to see the Peg Knights chase them off the map. Let's see if that happens. Not yet. Dragon Ogre is going to chase after the Lord, but not too much there. In the background, it looks like some Bretonnian archers have rallied, but I do think that if the Dragon Ogres go down, then Tanker's going to be able to cycle charge this to victory, and it should be a Bretonnian win. And let's see. Still rear charges coming in from the Gorby's Chariot. It's cool to see that get some play. I do like the Gorby's Chariot, and I wish more players would bring it. So props to the Chaos player for bringing it. I think the Chaos player could have cut some of his infantry just to bring a bit more cavalry or some anti-air shooting. That would have helped him a lot. Some Marauder skirmishers, like either Horsemasters or just regular Marauders, the 500 gold ones, just to keep the Bretonnian airplay a little bit more honest and prevent them from diving his backline, and also to pin things. And I don't think Svigold was the right choice in this matchup at all. So I would encourage the Chaos player to rethink the Lord choice. But yeah, I mean, now it's just a formality of just lots of cycle charging. So I'm going to give this one to Tanker. I've got a lot more replays to go through, and we're going to keep on rolling. All right. So now we've got more Bretonnia. Unbelievable. It is alphabetical, so B comes up a lot. B for Bretonnia. So now we've got a game from Spiffy. Also goes by the moniker Alberic de Bordelot. Going up against a guy named Fenris from the BW clan, which stands for I don't know what, but I'm going to pretend it means black and white. All right, so it looks like Fenris is going with a kite build, mostly. He's got no artillery. His shooting is all mobile, which is very competitive. He's got Empire Knights. He's got a front line of spears and swordsmen. So he still does have some ability to clear peasant mob with the swordsman. Karl Franz is actually on a Pegasus mount, so he's decided to leave Deathclaw at home. He does have an Empire Captain. The 2v1 should be pretty good. The only thing is they don't have fantastic mass, so we'll see how that goes. The Jade Wizard on the Pegasus gives him a third combatant who can fight. 300 weapon strength. You got 375 weapon strength and 470 weapon strength. That's a pretty good squad up there in the air. That can challenge certainly a single hero like a Lewin Kerr or an Alberic into a straight up duel. But early engagements are underway. Mounted Yeomen going to come in here, take out some Outriders. Counter charges coming from the Empire Knights. Empire Knights are a little bit slower than the Yeomen, so the Yeomen should be able to peel out of there if Spiffy's on top of his micro, and he is. This unit of Outriders is going to get wrecked over here. Peg Knights are very, very fast, and they're going to screen out these Outriders. No problem whatsoever. I do question deploying Outriders on the flanks without spear screens because this kind of stuff can happen. Because Bretonnia is very, very fast, so you probably want to give them the spear screen so that if you do get dived by the flying squad, you can at least turtle up in the spears or give yourself some time for your heroes to get over there and help out. And they haven't helped at all, and furthermore, they haven't pushed up their front line to take out these peasant mob while this other side fight is going on. But the Empire Knights should do okay here against the Yeomen. The Yeomen are going to struggle to get through their armor, despite the charges and all of that jazz. I don't know what the Empire leadership's doing here. They're just chilling. I don't know he's microwaving. The Empire Knights are stationary. Are we gonna see an Earthblood or something go down on the Empire Knights? Maybe. He's got the tools. He's got the tools. If he so chooses. Oh, he drops a Awakening of the Wood. It is, yes, Awakening of the Wood, not Dwellers Below. I sometimes get those confused. Do a little bit of damage to these Pretending Cat. Oh, he's got Grail Guardians in here. Did I say they were Yeomen? I was totally wrong. There were Yeomen here, but it's the Grail Guardians who are lacking on the Empire Knights, and the Grail Guardians can certainly do damage to Empire Knights. This is not the AP. Yeah, I don't know why you bring magic damage against the Empire. Maybe Questing Knights would have been a better choice if you were wanting to get through armor, because Questing Knights do have the AP. I do like the what is it called? The Grail, no, Grail. The ones with the high charge bonus, the 80 charge bonus. Those ones I can see you bring against Empire, but yeah, I don't know why you'd need magic damage against Empire. Karl Franz going in here. Shield of Thorns, Garl Maraz, Reikland Runefang. Gonna buff him out the usual. But the thing is, even with all of that, he's not on Deathclaw, so he's not gonna get as much buff as he would otherwise get. This is gonna be trouble for Albrecht though. He is in a 2v1 situation. This is what I was talking about. That squad of 2/3 heroes on one can kill Lewin. But meanwhile, while this is going on, Albrecht is taking out the Jade Wizard, which is absolutely the right call. And Spiffy's, oh, he goes in there and decides to fight. I mean, he's going to have... Albrecht's really, really fast, but of course Pegasus are also really fast. Oh, he's going to shatter. That's brutal. So I think Albrecht probably could have kited that, even though these are Pegasus. With Full Seeker popped and the speed of Albrecht, Albrecht is one of the fastest characters in the game. He probably could have kited that and at least bought himself some time for the Pegasus Knights to come over and help out. Peg Knights certainly could have dealt with the Empire Captain or Karl Franz, especially once the Lifecaster's off. But oh no, the Peg Knights dropped the chase and the Jade Wizard has rallied. This is devastating because that means that Franz can get access to heals. So I certainly would have chased this Jade Wizard into the distance and make sure he was dead. There's nothing really that valuable, I think, back here that the Peg Knights urgently needed to help out with. I think most of this stuff could have just kited. The Grail Guardians have a speed 70, Empire Knights speed of 66. So there's not, well, I mean the Empire Captain and Karl Franz could have killed a couple of models, I guess, but still. Yeah, so now the Royal Peg Knights, they've changed their mind. They've gone after the Jade Wizard again here. So Spiffy has recognized the error of his ways and immediately forgotten once again. So I guess he's content with just screening the Jade Wizard out and preventing him from coming close to Karl Franz, but he also seems unwilling to actually just chase him off. So they're just running side by side, like staring at each other, driving down the freeway. You know how it is. Karl Franz is in here, buffing the boys. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough for Spiffy. Peasant Mob are doing some work here, smacking up some Empire Knights and Swordsmen. With the support of the Grail Reliquary, their holy fervor is high, and they're doing okay, but Karl Franz dropping standard ground. That's going to make it so much harder for these Grail Guardians to just chop through these spears and other things. Some charges coming in here from Knights Errant, Royal Peg Knights, etc., etc. There's a unit of Mounted Yeomen here too, which can possibly break this unit of spears, which is pretty low on leadership despite the action of... Well, it looks like these ones are getting the standard ground buff. This unit, the flag is a little bit out of their range. Reikland Runefang being popped, and more buffs going down for the Empire. The Jade Wizard has healed back up to full health, so scary situation here for Spiffy. Rear charge coming in for the Peg Knights onto the Empire Knights. They might even be able to break this unit of Spearmen with that rear charge. Knights Errant were wavering, but with the Spearmen broken and the Empire Knights... Oh! Not breaking. It looks like the Peg Knights decided to peel out just before breaking them. Balance fire in favor of the Empire, however. Grail Reliquary fully surrounded, and most of the chaff is starting to break. It's not going to want to stick around too long, but cycle charges now coming in from the Bretonnian Knights. The chivalrous Pegs going in here, hitting the Empire Swordsmen, possibly going to break them. Trying to tag maybe the Empire Captain as well. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a full surround there with the presence of the Empire Chaff, but A few more cycle charges, maybe it's going to help. Balance bar still in favor of the Empire. Rear charge for the peasants going into the spear is going to tie them up for a little while. Buy a bit more time for the cavalry to do some work in here. Swordsman still fighting the Battle Reliquary. The Battle Reliquary is just tanking it for a long time. Charge from the Peg Knights coming in here, doing some pretty good damage. Swordsmen are not mixed in with the spears, so that's kind of a winning situation for Spiffy. And let's see. Here come the peasant mob. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. Probably going to see some more cycle charging. Jade Wizard has come back. He's going to get in here. I mean, every Peg Knight model is absolutely precious right now for Spiffy. It looks like he's trying to go after the Empire infantry. He has been able to clear it. Now he's going to get the full surround on Karl Franz and the Empire captain. And breaks off a unit of spears over here. Balance bar still in favor of Empire. The Bretonnian chaff is wavering, but here comes a big charge from the Peg Knights. They do tag the Jade Wizard once again. Jade Wizard's got to be low on Winds of Magic. Another charge going to come in here, hit the Jade Wizard. He's down. Balance bar for the first time back in favor of Spiffy. And one more charge should be all she wrote. So congrats to Spiffy. Just sticking with it, believing in the peasant mob, and surprisingly pulls out a win without his lord on the field. So nice stuff there from Spiffy. Against Fenris, and good try for Fenris too. That was some cool stuff. I think a little slow to get the heroes engaged. The Jade Wizard, I mean, you were able to pull him back and cut a micro around the pegs, so that was interesting. Actually, Grail Guardians 200 kills. Wow, that's a lot of kills. That is a lot of kills. Yeah, kind of a back and forth fight there, and very close, very fun. Let's keep rolling. We've got Dark Elf versus Lizardman. Six Path going up against Mr. 1-2. Not to be confused with Mr. 2-3-4. Or Mr. 3-4. My jokes suck, never mind. So we've got Hellebron, Assassin, and the Dark Elf Sorceress, which is kind of a... So Six Path has been making Hellebron and the Assassin kind of his staple. I think he's been experimenting with the other Dark Elf, like the other magic casters. So here he's got the debuff, Doombolt, and Chillwind. It's a nice package. He can deal with a lot of things. On the far side, we've got some Harpies. We've got Doomfire Warlocks. These are the regular Doomfire Warlocks with Soulblight and more Doombolts. So he can cast like Doombolts from the Doomfire Warlocks plus from the Sorceress. Looks like Six Path is going to try and fall back a little bit here. Maybe he forgot his Harpies in the back there. He's going to try and maybe use the Screen of the Woods to get away from the Salamander Hunting Pack. He doesn't want to take shots from that for sure. Failed Bastildons out here on the flank. There are plenty of Saurus and other things, but that's kind of what Hellebron's good at, is killing infantry. With her, what's it called? That AoE Mortis Engine effect that she's got. Oh my god, I should know this. It's embarrassing. I haven't played with her much lately. Did he not bring it? Blood Frenzy, Heroic Killing Blow, Witch Brew, Gaze of Cain. Am I not seeing it? Oh my god, that's a must take for Hellebron. She can just dumpster things. It used to be like on release. It used to be crazy broken. So I'm gonna have a little talk with Six Path and tell him to bring that, because in a Death Ball fight, that Mortis Engine effect from Hellebron can just like it hits way higher than its cost. Let's put it that way. Assassin coming in here, gonna try and respond to Kroq-Gar. Kroq-Gar is he gonna try and put in a Hand of the Gods on Hellebron? It's not the best against small targets. Oh, it looks like he could have charged that unit of Bleak Swords and just peeled out. Like, Six Path didn't have his cavalry close enough to be able to respond to that. He's got Colwyn Dread Knights, so actually really high tier cav. These guys are expensive, and these guys are very expensive. So, not fooling around with the money. From Six Path, he's got the 3 Harpies up in the air. Some Chameleon Skinks are up in the front. They're going to start scouting things out. And the Six Path's taking up a bit of a defensive position in the woods. He's going to let the Bleak Swords take some shots here from the Chameleon Skinks. Not a bad idea. As long as they're shooting into the shield in the woods, that's probably one of the best options that Six Path has to screen the ammo. Interestingly, he is being disciplined with the Harpies and not chasing after the Chameleon Skinks with the Harpies. First Doom Bolt goes down here on the Skink Priest of Heaven. Second Doom Bolt here. First one connects, second one whiffs. So, nice try. I think he became aware of it, I think, on the second one. Krokgar's in the back. Stegodon's looking for some shots, but not finding anything too choicy right now. Oh, it does take a Doomfire Warlock there. Takes a unit out of play. Here come the Harpies and the Doomfire Warlocks. Doomfire Warlocks are going to be able to tag them. It looks like the Harpies are shooting up in the air, which means that the Doomfire Warlocks are not taking the poison debuff on the ground. This is a bit of a waste to drop the Doom Bolt on the Skinks because they are in skirmish formation. It'd be much better used against the Feral Bastiladon. Over here, Hellebron's going to come in here, get in the counter charge on the Feral Bastiladon, which did go into the Corsairs, which was initially a good engagement for the Feral Bastiladon, but now going and taking free damage from Hellebron, it is not a good engagement. And look at Hellebron, just like chunking this guy off, like just carving up some steaks over here. Krokgar is going to go diving in the backline, trying to get in after the Doomfire Warlocks. Cold One Dreadnought is going to respond, get in the counter charge. That is a good situation for the Cold One Dreadnought. It's probably one of the best situations they could be in. Assassin's Trophy is going to get popped, which means that the Dreadnoughts are going to be that much more effective. I really like that play from Six Path. Over here we've got that's the Assassin ability. Dragon Egg. It's going to rip across the Saurus Warriors, but it's not going to do very much damage because they do have quite a bit of armor. Yeah, that is Leader of Savages. Over here we got Prone Hellebron coming in here, trying to help out Krokgar. And another Doom Bolt going in on Krokgar, so just chains of Doom Bolts going down and causing damage. And I like the use of the Doom Bolt against the large. That's what it's made for. It's not going to get you max value dropped on Skinks, but against Krokgar, you're totally going to get tons of damage. With the Soul Blight going down, this is going to help strip the armor off of the Saurus. Sorry, they're going to go down to 15 armor on the Saurus. That's pretty poverty. And they're going to take some damage here. Weapon damage also being chunked off. Saurus are known as being a high weapon damage infantry, and with that reduced, it's going to help a lot. Look at Assassin and Hellebron doing tons of damage to Krokgar. Krokgar is going to flee. I need the Doomfire Warlocks to chase after Krokgar. Do not let him rally. Whatever you do, the Harpies have got to drop down on this unit of Salamander Hunting Pack, shut them down. Let's see if these guys are able to tag Krokgar before he escapes to safety. Doomfire Warlocks, I think they've realized, but Krokgar's rally, that's super painful. That's going to give Lizardmen a fighting chance here. If these Saurus Warriors go over and help out Krokgar, maybe, but Krokgar getting full surrounded. And that's, 2 units of Doomfire Warlocks getting a full surround there. Even the mighty Krokgar is not going to want to stick around for that for long. Plus Assassins here. He's going to put in some shots. Counter fire from the Salamander Hunting Pack going to do a ton of damage to these Doomfire Warlocks. And it looks like they're running away again. They just killed Krokgar. Don't let him come back. Salamander Hunting Pack are wrapped up by the Harpies, though I do like the Harpy screens that Six Path brings. His army has become more mobile the more he's played. He is going with like the 2 Doomfire Warlocks, 3 Harpies, so that makes it a little bit harder to kite Hellebron. He does have the suppression there, so I really like that from Six Path. He's tweaking this build. He's making it work for him. He's making it his own. And he was even able to get value out of the Cold One Dreadnoughts there. Maybe a Soul Blight could have been dropped to strip the armor off of Krokgar earlier in the fight there. But I like that. I mean, he was quick to respond to the charge from Krokgar, pulled back the Doomfire Warlocks, hit with the Cold One Dreadnoughts, popped the Assassin's Trophy, dropped the melee D of Krokgar and sent in the Assassin, dealt with him very quickly, and that was some nice stuff there. And also disciplined at the start, not just rushing out there. So I really like that from Six Path. That was good to see. All right, now we're on to another game here. Six Path versus Viridian Claw, playing as Tomb Kings. Hi, Tanker. So, looks like he's got almost the same build here. He's got some Sisters of Slaughter this time. Maybe a little bit more thin. Sisters of Slaughter will do well against Undead. Undead struggle from low melee attack, as do Dwarfs, which is why Sisters of Slaughter can do really well in this matchup. Cold One Knights are a little bit too far up here, taking some early shots from the Boner Giant. And then there's the Hyro Titan here as well, plus the Necrotech. So I like that choice. From the Tomb Kings, if you're going to bring the Bone Giant or the Hyro Titan, you definitely want to bring the Necrotech with the heal and all that jazz. There is Grand Hierophant Ketep in the back. Unity Shapti, Nahakara Horseman, and Nahakara Horseman. I question if they're going to be able to hold the line, though. They are really thin on their front line. So we'll see. There is mobility, though. There's Carrion. There's some light cav. in the back. So yeah, I don't know. Doomfire Warlocks. They are not a bad pick against Tomb King, because Tomb King, sometimes they rely on their physical resist, but they're going to get interrupted by the Carrion here. This is the ROR here, the Slaanesh Harvesters. Not getting their charge bonus, but they should be able to dice up the Carrion pretty well anyways. And Carrion, I don't think they have the best charge bonus, only 12. So it almost doesn't even matter that they got charged. Slaanesh the Doomfire Warlocks did not take any damage there, and they're able to out-kite the Nahakara Horsemen. Charge coming in here with from the Sorceress of Beast, just going to screen that, interrupt their charge. I really like that play from Sixpath. That was a very, very nice play. It shows that he's learning the game and getting much better. Charge coming in here from the Cold One Dreadnought. It's not going to waste any time getting them in there. They are going against Spears, and Spears do have anti-large, but of course, they don't have great combat stats, and they don't have very much armor pen. So even in this situation, the Cold One Dreadnoughts could probably do some work, but still losing here. That's why I don't really like this unit. Okay, now they're winning. But yeah, I don't know, 1,500 gold to like struggle to get through a 300 gold unit of Spears. Not the most impressive thing in the world. Word of Pain going down on the Shopti, and charges coming in here from both units of Light Cav. Witch Elves running the Gambit up front. Hydro Titan a little late to respond. Harpies are going to do work against the Carrion. Harpies do counter Carrion very well. Carrion are a little bit faster, 100 speed versus the 82 speed of the Harpies. So the Tomb King player's got to use those Carrion to kite. Manticore is kite the Harpies. Manticore going to get in again. Grant High from Katep. The Kron Hellebrand is going to pop all of her buffs a little bit early on the buff pop because she's not in combat just yet on the Heroic Hailing Blow. But the Gaze of Cain is popped. I think the Witch Elves are benefiting from that just barely, as is the Feral Manticore, and that's going to be really helpful going against the Lord. Hellebrand did dive the backline, a little bit of a risky play there, but Skellies are crumbling in the front and here as well. Sisters of Slaughter doing very, very well. Bone Giant not really having a lot of great targets to shoot at aside from the Cold One Dread Knights. Cold One Dread Knights are dying on the far flank, but looks like this other flank is going well because of the Word of Pain pop. And Doombolt coming in here, going to maybe try and just trumble out these Spearmen. Or is this a Soul Blight as well? Looks like he tried to cast the Doombolt, but then swaps the Soul Blight, and maybe because sometimes if you can't cast two spells at once, that's what happened. Manticore goes down. Hellebrand and Assassin are in here. They're going to go after the Hydro Titan. Hydro Titan is going to get wrapped up by those Witch Elves. On his own, he'd probably do fine there, but not with Assassin plus Hellebrand. And the Bone Giant has been locked up in Sisters of Slaughter and Spears, so I think this one is starting to look very favorable for Sixpath. And in the end, I think it was sort of a lack of backline defense that was probably the issue for the Tomb King player, just not able to keep that keep Katep online. And once that goes down, that's an issue. Hi Time Lord, good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna just keep ripping through replays. I got like just tons of replays, so buckle your seatbelts. Slaanesh Harvester is peeling around the outside here. Gonna try and get in a charge maybe to these Carrion, take them down. Hydro Titan is starting to waver here. Hellebrand just doing the dirty. Hydro Titan's probably got to try and attack Hellebrand. He's trying to force his way out here, but there's not really anywhere safe to go. I do think. Did we see the Shafty summon come down? Is that what this is? Yes. This is the summon, but it's getting chunked down here, and I think we can see which way this is going to go now. I don't see any way for Tomb King to come back with their leadership offline. So Hellebrand just doing work here, and nice to see Hellebrand able to perform in a map without any trees as well. So Sixpath showing off her flexibility, winning against different opponents in different scenarios here. One win against Lizardman, one win against Tomb King. I do think he's tweaking the build, getting more comfortable with these units, and nice he's able to get the Doomfire Warlocks to work. They are sort of a specialist unit to use. They do have to be in very niche circumstances, and they do require a lot of micro, but if you're able to get that working, then props. It's good stuff. All right, rocking on. We've got another replay from Tanker going up against Alan of Von Karstein. We've got triple Graveguard. We've got 2 units of Karen Race, more Graveguard, great weapons, Crypt Horrors, and a little bit of glue in the form of Vargeist and a Vargulf. Not very much in the air though, so these Vargeists without support might just get killed. We'll have to watch that closely. They are very fast though, so they can cut a lot of stuff. We've got a speed of 92. Wow, 121 weapon strength. What's buffing their weapon strength? I'm curious. Is it just Frenzy? Yeah, plus 15. Yeah, that's a lot of weapon strength. 121. These guys should not be overlooked. They can do damage in the right circumstance. And just a good old-fashioned Master Necromancer with a Banshee. So kind of an old school vampire build here that we're seeing. Crypt Horrors on the flanks for some mass, just to prevent some side charging. A little bit of an unconventional deployment here from the Karen race, but not a very mobile army. Tanker, on the other hand, playing Dark Elves, which is good to see. You don't see that very often. Dark Shards over here. He's got Bleak Swords in the front, Spears kind of throughout the midline, Blackguard in the back. Blackguard can cause a lot of problems to vampire counts. Yeah, Six Path is definitely getting better. It's cool. Oh, so Raven Herald's coming in here, doing some work on the Vargheists. These Vargheists just gotta charge them, man. They're way faster. They're way faster. These guys got 105 speed. These guys got... Oh, I was wrong. 92 speed. But with charge bonus, maybe they could tag them? Wow. So maybe a niche environment here where the Raven Heralds are able to shoot and kite. That's cool stuff. Raven Heralds are a very uncommon pick. But we had a bunch of challenges posted in our Discord, and we wanted to do some stuff that was underused, see if you could win with it. So this is one of those challenge matchups. So tankers try to win with a Dreadlord, Sword and Crossbow, and the Raven Heralds. And when I play with the Dreadlord, Sword and Crossbow, and the Raven Heralds, I often pair them together. I like to put the Dreadlord, Sword and Crossbow on the Pegasus, then I fly him around with the Raven Heralds. I use his loose buff to buff the Raven Herald so that they can shoot faster, and it gives them a little bit of extra combat punch in a pinch. Maybe the Dreadlord plus the Peg Knights or like the Raven Heralds would be able to fight the Vargheists. I'm not sure about that, but if he was in the air with a Harpy screen maybe plus the Raven Heralds, they could definitely fight the Vargheists. So yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have had to invest a lot in there to have like a mobile flying artillery platform against vampire counts. It's kind of nice too because you don't have to worry about like the ground to air shooting. So as long as you don't get like gooned in the air, then you're all right. So yeah, well the thing is the Raven Heralds, in order for them to be able to shoot, they have to stop, right? So if they just keep chasing, eventually the Raven Heralds are probably going to run out of map space. But yeah, see, this is it. So they, even with the slower speed, they do get in contact. Shot did like chunk down a couple of models here, but look, they're already crumbling. Actually, I guess they were in guard mode here, so they're still shooting. The models in the back are still shooting, even though they're in combat, and that's crazy. They're doing some pretty good damage. They were able to just finish them off. That's super crazy because these is only like 900 gold unit. They just like deleted a unit of Vargheists. Really cool stuff there. Master Necromancer should have tried to keep them nearby because he could have supported them with some heals, perhaps. I don't know. But anyway, Tanker gets off to a good start, and now I can send the Raven Heralds directly after the Master Necromancer and try and snipe him right off the field. So this puts the vampire counts under a lot of pressure. They're on a clock here because the Raven Heralds can do so much damage. So this is one thing I will comment on. So look at the Raven Heralds. They are at maximum shooting range right now. The farther away you are from your target, generally the lower the accuracy you have. So I would encourage Tanker to fly them like directly above the Master Necromancer, or like certainly a lot closer than he currently is, because a lot more shots would land. There's no reason for him not to push up and get really, really close to the Master Necromancer here. Nice fireball going into the Banshee here, and a nice play from the Vampire player to go into the Dreadlord. Oh, Flaming Sword of Ruin! Look at that! That Banshee got absolutely clowned by the Dreadlord Sword and Crossbow. Absolute champ. He's like, you think I'm gonna push over him in melee? Watch this stuff. I've got a connection with the Chaos Gods here. Pulls out the Flaming Sword of Ruin. Well, I guess Teclis uses Flaming Sword of Ruin too, so I guess it's going both ways. Everyone's in on the Flaming Sword. It's not exclusive to Chaos. It's not exclusive to the marijuana smoking elves. You know how it is. We've got the Witch Elves and the Jet Spears. They're going to absolutely wreck these Crypt Horrors. Crypt Horrors probably need to be mixed in with the Grave Guard. Are these Witch Elves? No Witch Elves here, but Dark Shard shooting in on Grave Guard. They're going to absolutely destroy them. Blackguard wrapped up with Fargo. So every single engagement has been in favor of Tanker here. I like the Firecasters doing some work here on the front line, wrecking some Karen Race, going to crumble them out because they are ethereal and weak to magic damage, of course. Blackguard plus Fire Sorcerer, it's going to dive in here, break up a little bit of space for the Dark Shards. Witch Elf's going to rampage them, so Dark Shards, oh, well, they're rampaging still after the Dark Shards. They are really fast on their feet, but I think they're also crumbling, so they're not going to last very long. It's going to be a short game. I think Tankers just dominated from start to finish. I will say the Raven Heralds looks like they got forgot behind a little bit there. Oh, they're low on ammo. They have been shooting in on the Master Necromancer, though. He's super, super low. Dreadlord can also, of course, shoot it on the Master Necromancer here. But it looks like Tanker's not wasting any time. He's going into melee. Dreadlord's going hunting for Master Necromancer. Victory to Tanker. These are quick battles as well, too. So, cool stuff there. Love seeing that the Raven Heralds get some play. They're like a super fun unit. And, you know, in the right circumstance, they can absolutely carry a match. So, nice stuff. Dreadlord on foot allowed Tanker to go a little bit wider. I don't know. I like him on the peg. He's kind of fun. Just gets a little bit more mobility, which compensates for the shitty range of that crossbow. But that was awesome. Seeing the Flaming Sword of Ruin get popped, and he just like crapped on that Banshee. I don't think the Vampire Counts player noticed, but even if he did, he didn't have a long time to react because the fireball plus that just wrecked him. Wrecked him in the rectum. Okay, so next we've got a Dwarf Clutch game. I'm going to skip this one because it's against AI. Sorry. We'll come back to that one maybe at the end. I'm going to prioritize PvP games first. We got Z-Melon versus Maledictum. Z-Melon's running the double right king. I wonder if he's going to keep the Red Duke on foot, or if he's going to put him up in the air here. I'm guessing he's going to. Oof. Maybe on foot. No, up in the air. Against the Dwarfs, it's kind of brave because I feel like Dwarfs have so much shooting in anti-large. I tend to not bring dragons against the Dwarf, but let's see if Z-Melon can get this to work. He does have the double Vargulf, which can cause all kinds of problems with the interrupts. This is why, though. He's already taking shots from cannonballs. Look at the health just getting peeled off of him. And he's not even keeping him in the back line. He's just being very aggressive with this Red Duke. I would probably keep him very, very far back. Try and save him until the late game and use that terror. Against the Dwarves, I mean, they have Ungrim, they have other things. They have Gotrek. You know, like, the Red Duke is a lord you pick when you want to go Lord Gooning or, like, Hero Gooning. And usually you don't want to be trying to goon out Ungrim or Gotrek. So I have no idea why Z-Melon picked him in this matchup. We'll see. Yeah, sorry, dude. Maybe at the end. I'm going to just go as long as I have energy to keep going. We got Skelly Warriors, Crooked Side Stalkers, the zombies on the side, and yeah. So Red Duke's going to fall back here. Probably already going to have to dip into his Winds of Magic pool to start getting some heals. He is being patient here, just waiting for his infantry to get into position, but the Dwarfs had not pushed up at all, so again, I don't know why you'd have the Red Duke in range of the cannon. He can always fly over later if needed. It's not going to take him too long to get there. No need to dance in range of the cannon, in my opinion, while the infantry is advancing. But hey, he's a good player. I'm sure he's got this all planned out. So you can see the Vargulfs are actually going really wide, which is an interesting choice. So if the Dwarfs were to have brought the Miners with blasting charges, the Vargulfs would be great for diving the Miners with blasting charges and interrupting their charges from getting released while the other stuff moves into range. So now Z-Melon's got a decision to make. Does he just charge the zombies through the blasting charges or not? Now the Dwarf player is screening the blasting charges with the Slayers, which I guess he's trying to use to deal with the Vargulfs, right? Slayers will do very, very well against Vargulfs, but that's going to rely on the Rune Lord, of course, popping the snare so that the Vargulfs can't just peel out. Look at the damage that this Red Duke is taking. Totally not worth it. Totally not worth it. Thunderer is unloading on him. But he's going to drop a zombie summon, shut down the Thunderers for a little bit. That's going to free up a bit of room for the Vargulf, but I do not think that was worth it at all. He dropped two winds. He dropped an Invocation of Nahak and a zombie summon to temporarily shut down a unit of Thunderers. I don't know. We'll see. Blasting Charge is going over here. They're going to do some work on the Skelly Warriors. This unit is out of charges now. The other unit looks like they've been mucked up by the Right King. So Right King was able to slip the gap here. Crypt Horrors are banging on this unit of Dwarf Warriors who got a little stretched thin here. Slayers have been chasing after the Vargulfs, but haven't really been able to find their mark. And I think the Vargulf is doing a lot more than the Red Duke in this fight so far. I mean, Red Duke has dropped zombie summons, but I mean, you can do that a lot cheaper with other things. The Tithe has wrapped up the unit of Slayer, so that is absolutely a win for Z Melon. These Thunderers are doing absolutely nothing. They got to kite the Tithe. The Tithe is slow as hell. Something else has got to be used there. Gotrek is completely idle. Gotrek has got to be hunting the Right Kings right now and chopping up some Slayers. Some Crypt Horrors. That is way too much value to have just standing around doing nothing. Sure, you could say it's like protecting the Vargals, but like protecting the Thunderers against Vargals, but he's not doing anything against the zombies. He's not even swinging his axe against the zombies. Like he's doing absolutely nothing right now. Zombies have tied up this cannon, but already the healing cap limit is going into place for the Red Duke, and Balance Bar is in favor of the Doors. This Vargulf is crumbling. Of course, the Vargulf does have self-heal, so if he can peel out of range of the cannon fire and other fire, there's a good chance it could heal up, but that's going to give the Doors a little bit of respite. Thunderers are still firing despite the presence of the zombies here, but here come the Crypt Horrors. They're going to dive into the back line and shut these Thunderers down, perhaps once and for all. Both units of Crypt Horrors, instead of bashing on the Dwarf Warriors, it looks like Z Melons decided to dive the back line and just, in an act of desperation, just do everything he can to shut down these Dwarf Warriors. And it looks like his gambit is working, at least early on. The cannon has been shut down. Both Thunderers are getting smashed, but here comes the response from the Slayers. They did get through the unit of zombies, but just in the nick of time, Red Duke is able to summon another unit of zombies. And because the Thunderers were not firing, he did not take any volleys on that approach. Going to get in here, shut down this unit of Thunderers, just keep them offline, just desperately throwing the kitchen sink at everything he can, trying to keep these Thunderers offline. Crypt Horror is going to bash on this unit. Red Duke going to bash on the other. Dwarf Warriors and Thunderers are not going to hold up, but still, the Red Duke, really, what he wants to go after is the Rune Lord. The Rune Lord is very close to Gotrek, so just he's having to be very patient here. Take the missile stuff offline. But remember that Vargulf that was really low on health? Well, because the cannon got shot down, it's been healing, and it's decided it's time to party again. It's going to get in here and be able to break off the Dwarf Warriors, so that resilience of the Vampire count certainly coming into play. Graveguard with great weapons have done well against the Dwarf frontline. And Rune Lord's starting to get bashed on by the Vargals. Z Melon absolutely making Gotrek sort of like make a decision here. Does Gotrek go after the Vargulf? Does it go after the Red Duke? Or does it go after the other Vargulf? He's got 3 targets to go after, and he's only one little dwarf with a little bit of speed. So kind of in tough here. The Rune Lord's going to actually, I guess, try and deal with the Vargulf with the support of the Slayers, but Right King's coming over here trying to say, hey, leave my Vargulf alone. He's going to whack on the Rune Lord a few times, and that's a good situation for him. Meanwhile, Red Duke's still pounding on Thunderers. Thunderers are starting to go offline, but Slayers doing work here, but Slayers need to peel off this and go support the Thunderers. They got to kite these zombies everywhere they go. Of course, they can clear zombies, but the Thunderers are much more important, because he needs those to kill the Vargulfs and the Red Duke, and if the Thunderers go down, that's kind of like a victory condition for the Vampire counts, because then they could just cycle charge things into oblivion. So here come the Slayers. They're going to try and get in some shots here on the Red Duke, but the Thunderers are terror routing. And so the charge bonus is going to activate from the Slayers. Is there a Wrath and Rune that's going to be popped on the Red Duke? No, the Rune Lord is too far away, so Red Duke's going to get up in the air. I don't know how many more charges the Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin the Rune Lord would have left. Right King is in tough here against some Slayers and other things, so I do expect the Right King is going to die, but he's going to last for a while, and maybe with a zombie summon, he's going to hold on a little bit longer. Are we going to see a zombie summon go down, or is that a breath attack coming in here on the Slayers, roasting Slayers? So the Zombie Dragon's certainly capable of hitting some Slayers and taking them offline. He's not like the Terrorgeist Breath, which struggles against infantry. It can do damage against infantry. It's kind of more balanced, whereas the Terrorgeist Breath is very specialized against individual entities. And finally, the Red Duke gets his opportunity to go in and give it to the Rune Lord. Gotrek is wrapped up here with the Graveguard. Woo! Losing my breath here. Taking out the Rune Lord. Got just a little bit of coffee left here. Last sip. I might need to refill my coffee here before the next replay, but Rune Lord's going to crash. Congrats to CML, and he finally gets his man. And Red Duke does show that he's not completely out of place in this matchup, but I think he could have been a little more patient with the Red Duke early on. I do think it is painful bringing the Red Duke in to drop those zombie summons. I wonder if maybe a different Lord choice would have been better, and then just go with like a regular Necromancer. You can bring a Necromancer now on a horse too, so he could have like use the Necromancer to kind of like scoot to maybe about here, drop the zombie summon on the Thunderers and scoot him back, and then just picked a different Lord. So yeah, cool stuff there. Congrats to Z on that win. We keep rocking and rolling. Maledictum, well played, man. You had a good build there. The Slayers did a lot of work, but in the end, I think once the Thunderers went down, that was it. Probably 3 units of Thunderers. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I think the front line kind of got ground out. Maybe you needed a bit more in the front line there, but yeah. Gotrek, I mean, I think it's hard to make him work. I'm going to be honest. Like, uh, Vargals are a big problem for Doris, and Gotrek, if he's got to chase 3 things, he's in tough. But he was inactive way too long. Gotrek can do damage. He's got to hunt those right kings early on, and once the right kings are down, then the front line, the Dwarf front line, kind of has a chance of at least holding. But yeah, at least that's my opinion. I don't know. I think just with the army comp, the Dwarfs were kind of in a tough spot. All right, so we're rocking on here. We just did this one. We got Azrael up next. Oh, this is a 2v2 matchup. Time Lord playing Krenan Scryer. Navarre playing Karak Kadrin. Azrael's playing Vampire Coast. And Cost is playing the Empire. I'm going to go refill my coffee really quickly while this game is loading. I've got the power. All right, we got 4 Dwarf Warriors, Longbeards, and other stuff. I didn't get to read that in time. Got 3 cannons. We've got Dwarf Warriors across the front line. Morgrim's Iron Breakers, more Iron Breakers. So very sturdy Dwarf build from Navarre, as we've come to expect. Everyone's got their signature, right? And Navarre's signature is the Iron Breakers. That is his thing, and will always be his thing. He has not changed his build for 7 years, minus a few tweaks here and there. But for the most part, he's always got that core. Tomwood's got his Skaven Slaves, he's got his Rat Ogres, he's got his Hell Pit. Just a pretty balanced build from Time Lord. I would not be surprised to find Ikit somewhere in here. He's got the Doom Flares, that's cool stuff. Zap Zap Cannon, so just really balanced build from Time Lord. Hey, there's Ikit. What did I say? Time Lord's also a man of tradition to a certain extent. He's got certain things that he likes to do. There's a Council Guard over here and Death Squad. Ooh, that's cool stuff. With the Eshin Sorcerer and a Plague Priest. That's interesting. So no assassin with the Eshin Sorcerer. So 2 casters going off into the distance with very little support outside of this very dangerous unit of Death Squad. We'll see. I mean, they could be vulnerable to getting cycle charged and other things, but of course with the Plague Priest you do have access to the Clanrat Summon. I'm assuming that's what Time Lord has. Yeah, he's got the Plague Monks. Ooh, Plague Monk Summon? Ooh, let's slow down. So it doesn't look like a big squad, but let's see. He's got, Vermintide and Pestilent Burst. So he can pull 2 other units out of his ass here if he needs to. Still vulnerable to cycle charging, but yeah, I mean, cool stuff. Marcus Wolfhart's over here. He's going to come scout that out. It looks like he has just been revealed out of stock. Over here, we've got some deck droppers up in the air. Queen Bess, not a surprise, being buffed, no doubt, by the Gunnery White. I'm assuming it's got that accuracy buff. Probably that's going to be dropped. Steam Tank, facing the wrong direction. What's up, Steam Tank? How you doing, buddy? Got a nice view over there in your little metal house on wheels. Cool stuff. We'll see if you join us in the fight. Who knows? That's 2,000 gold facing the wrong direction. We've got handgunners here and Empire Chaff, Flagellants, and a Light Wizard. Light Wizard, something we're going to have to watch. Marcus Wolfhart has the net. No Luminarch here, so not the triple net build, the dreaded triple net, but let's see. Fast forward a little bit here. Let's see early artillery war. We've got Zap Zap trading in, shooting at, Sigmar Suns. Not the optimal target, but not in range of much of anything else, I guess. Unless it was trying to snipe the Light Wizard, but I'm pretty sure I saw it shooting the... Okay, here it's shooting some deck droppers. Deck droppers are pesky. I can understand wanting to get that off the map, but it's probably not the best use of the ammo, but meh. There weren't a lot of choicey targets in range, and they are a nuisance. I can totally empathize with that. Okay, so here comes the side attack. We've got the Skaven Slave Spears leading the way. This is what I was worried about, is if the charges were going to come in here, if there's going to be anything to brace it. So they're going to get netted. I don't know if it's worth dropping a net on Death Squad and Spears. I mean, they probably could have just charged them anyways. Time Lord's going to try and... Oh! Going to try and brace with the summon. They're going to still spew out through the net. That's kind of weird. But that extra mass is going to mean that the Death Squad doesn't take as much of a hit as they would have otherwise taken from the charge. So that's creative play from Time Lord there. Queen Bess is spewing her load on Skaven Slave Spears, just showing them who's boss. I don't know why she's doing that. Hey, Steam Tank's still looking in the wrong direction. That's fun. Over here we've got Marcus Wolfheart getting chased by the Doomflayers. Yeah, we'll see if it does anything this game. Marcus, hey, we've all been there. We've all done stupid things before. Definitely I have as well. Marcus Wolfheart getting hit by the Doomflayers. Doomflayers are kind of like as close to cavalry as Skaven has outside of Rat Ogres. They are like, I mean, decently fast. 72 speed. Empire is not the fastest thing in wheels. Another net's going to come down here from the Light Wizard, but Empire's already dropped 2 nets kind of early on, and they are using up their... like, I'm guessing both of them are on cooldown now, so you gotta be careful here. See if the Knights can get in a charge here. Are they gonna want to get in a charge? I don't know. It's crazy how this started as like a small force of like just a Plague Priest and the Eshin Sorcerer and 1 unit, and now look at all the infantry units that have come here. So Time Lord just putting all kinds of pressure on this far flank. Now Var's looking cool though. He's just chilling over here doing the dwarf thing. Just letting Time Lord do all the hard work while he shoots with his cannons. But his cannons are doing what they're supposed to do. They are taking the mortars offline. They have already shut down Queen Bess. So Navarre, even though he's looking pretty like a dwarf, I guess as pretty as dwarfs can look, he is contributing. He's taking out some really important targets. Hey, is Steam Tank still facing the wrong direction? I have no idea. Steam Tank cannon should be shooting stuff. Like, at the very least, the dwarf cannons. The Hell Pit's a good target. He could be cycle charging this infantry. He can be used as a chariot. I mean, there's a lot of options there, but none of them being used right now. Handgunners are here. They're shooting. But look at all this infantry. This is going to be super hard, I think, for the Empire to deal with. Nice little Blazing Stunner trying to get in charges here, but the Rat Ogres are here now, as is the Hell Pit. Time Lord's going all in on this. The Doomflayers are here too, so there's a lot of mass that can actually buffer this chaff against the cycle charges now. Death Guard are going to get in here. They're going to do very well, except against perhaps the Hell Pit and is the Death Squad still around, or did they break? I don't know, but Marcus is down. Looks like he just got overrun by the Skaven Muck. Perhaps the Doomflayers have been bashing him on the head with their flaying wheels. And I guess they decided, are they going to continue to chase Wolfheart off? That's what they should do. They've stabilized with the leadership. I don't know if they're going after Wolfheart or not. But others, yeah, I think they are. But the other stuff is in here. Death Guard are getting pounded here. Charge is coming in. Steam Tank coming to he's coming to action. Now that Wolfheart's out, looks like the Steam Tank has decided it's time to get down to business. And it's just going right into the pile. There's no advanced strategy there. It's just going right in there. And Brass Orb's going to be dropped. The handgunners are going. I mean, handgunners do a lot of damage. If they're not shut down, they can do a lot. And it looks like Time Lord is taking a lot of damage from them. The Plague Monks are here, but they're not going to do a ton of damage against the heavy armor of the Death Guard. I think the Plague Monks could possibly just dive the handgunners. I mean, he does have the Lightcaster, but the Marcus Wolfheart net is off the field, and the Plague Monks have the speed to catch the handgunners. Alternatively, you could summon another Vermintide here. I don't know how Time Lord's Winds of Magic situation is looking like, but I mean, he needs some shields up in front, just stopping these handgunners from firing, because that will do damage. And the Steam Tank, I mean, I tease about the Steam Tank, but in all honesty, the Steam Tank can tank. And it can buy, if everything's focusing the Steam Tank and these guys are firing at will, that damage is not negligible. Navarre has decided to join the fray, though. He's got cannons shooting into trees, so that's fun. But he is trying to target the Gunnery White. So if any of those shots actually don't get blocked by the trees. They are hitting what is one of the few valuable targets left. And actually, yes, they're doing a lot of damage here. And because he was feeling no backline pressure, and because his ammo was getting to that sort of 30% mark where even if he lost the artillery, it wasn't the end of the world. Well, yeah, he still has quite a bit of artillery ammo left, actually, so it is still valuable. But he's gambling by pushing his whole front line forward because he can smell it. The killing blow is here, and those ironbreakers are going to just murder everything. I mean, all of the vampire infantry has been pushed over here. That's really the only fighting power left. I mean, flagellants and swordsmen, they'll fight, but they're not going to win against ironbreakers. They have zero chance of winning against that. Steam Tank could cycle charge them, potentially, if it doesn't get killed from the zap and the cannons. I mean, there's no line of sight for those cannons, and I think they're out of range anyways. So that is one thing that we're going to have to watch. Oh, Wolfheart rallied. Man, earlier the Doom Flayers were chasing Wolfheart, but I guess either they gave up on him, or maybe the Knights of the Blazing Sun plus the Light Wizard were able to shut that down. But yeah, Wolfheart just stabilizing the leadership of the Empire, and handgunners still going strong. I mean, handgunners can wreck ironbreakers if they're able to get that line of sight, but right now they're actually being screened by their own infantry, and they're still shooting at Skaven, I think, Council Guard and other things, or Slayers. I don't know what they're shooting at. I think they're mostly obstructed. It does say obstructed. So I think he's got to find a way to get these positions so that they can shoot broadside on the ironbreakers. I mean, this is a very expensive unit. The Norgumling Ironbreakers, you're looking like 1,300 gold for that unit. So the handgunners can get shots in on there. That can be absolutely huge. This gunnery right is getting plowed. He's right at the edge of the cannon range. It looks like he's going to try and peel out, but still taking a lot of damage here. And he's, again, one of those few answers, potentially, to the Ironbreakers. Not a great answer, but he is a potential answer. If you are going to bring the Steam Tank, I would say you seriously want to consider bringing heals, because I mean, it's got so much armor, and if you can heal it up, that's almost like a second life, you know. And not having access to those heals, I mean, I don't know. Light Wizard, if you're gonna go like the Mimi Light Wizard Marcus Wolfheart build, you might as well go with like the Templehof Luminarch. Just grab a third net. Why not? But Steam Tank. I mean, if you're gonna be a Steam Tank, I'm a traditionalist. Just bring a life caster. Anyway, I think we can see which way this is going. I got more replays to go through. Time Lord and Navarre just going to push their front lines here. Well, Navarre's going to push his front lines and take all the credit for Time Lord slacking, as dwarfs do. And yeah, this is like the world's worst foot race of all time. You got dwarf warriors chasing after zombies. Like, if this was an Olympic sport, no one would watch the Olympics. They would shut it down even before coronavirus had the opportunity to shut it down. Anyway, are we going to see a kill screen, or am I going to be too impatient for that? We're going to be too impatient. On to the next replay. Okay. What do we got here? So congrats to Time Lord Navarre. That was cool stuff. I mean, that was neat seeing how like the Skaven like flank attack started small and became huge, and it just occupied both armies for like the entire game. It was crazy. All right, we got Teddy Paw, Lizardman going up against Z-Melon as Bretonnia. A lot of Bretonnian games. I don't know. They're getting a lot of play. People say they're. I've heard rumors that they're the worst faction in the game, and yet everyone seems to be picking them. I don't know why. Maybe they're just super fun to play. I can see that. I think they're fun. We got Kobold Knights over here. Skinks, Javies. I like the Skinks with Javelins. I think they're underused. What's up, Tom Lloyd? We've got Kilu and Kerr up in the air. Grail Guardians. Nice and Lionhearted. Grail Knights. This is where it's at, man. 78 charge bonus. That is chivalrous. I don't know what this crap is. 56 melee defense. There's no chivalry in melee defense. Go for these guys. Be a Chad. Be a boss. Let's go. That's Lionheart. They're going to go after these Red Crested Skinks. They're probably going to have to be careful about counter charges from the Cold Spear Riders. That would not be a cost-effective trade if they do get counter charged. So maybe they're going to have to just try and bait out some resources from the Lizardmen and hit elsewhere. The Pizza is about to get smashed, though. He's got to be really careful here. Z-Melon, he's going for it, but he's going to lose that decisively. Cold Spear Rider is going to beat the shit out of those guys, even though it is an ROR. I would think. Wow. I am wrong. I am very wrong. Or not. Only 27 melee defense? Oh, this is the 800. Yeah. Okay, well, ooh. Hold on a sec. I gotta look at that. What the hell happened there? These guys 41, 34, 29 anti-large. Wow. Okay, 27 melee attack, 27 melee defense. But their weapon strength is crazy. So I would expect them to win that. But 32 charge bonus. How did these guys get a 92 charge bonus? Oh my god, 36% charge bonus because of the lance formation? Why am I not abusing that every game? These guys, holy crap. Whoa. These guys have 80 charge bonus base. You put them in that lance formation. Look at this 106 charge bonus? Are you kidding me? That's insane. Every one of those models getting 106 charge bonus? That's like game breaking. I gotta mess around with that. Holy shit. I have not been using the pizza formation to all effect, but you can be damn sure that I'm going to be pizzaing the crap out of people in upcoming games. I'm going to bring 2-3 of these Grail Knights and pizza formation and just pizza the crap out of everything. You're going to be pepperonis flying everywhere. It's going to be pandemonium. Knights of Lionhearted. They've regrouped here. They're still in pizza mode. Charge coming in here. Going right into the heart of the Lizardmen forces. No counter charge from the Coleman Spear Riders. They could do it, but opting not to. Feral Manticores smashing on Lewin, but Lewin can shrug Manticores all day. Tehenowon's got to get in there and help out the Manticore. 2-on-1, they can kill Lewin. 1-on-1, he's going to lose. He's running away from Lewin. What are you doing? You got 2 Manticores plus Tehenowon, and you're kiting Lewin? Guy, get in there. Grow a pair. You got Pterodon Riders, too. You got 3 units of Pterodon Riders, Tehenowon, and 2 Manticores, and you're running away from Lewin? Are you joking? Oh my goodness. Anyway, Grail Knights are getting chipped down here. Red Crested Chief, I don't know. Skinks with axes are over here. Maybe the poison is keeping these guys under control, just slowing their movement speed a little bit. Finally, he decides to fight Lewin. I guess he was kiting because he didn't bring any heals for Tehenowon, but still, come on, man. You use Tehenowon's speed to keep him under control. Or at least force him to run away, but... Granted, Lewin is pretty fast. But, I mean, those Pterodon Riders have poison. They could probably prevent him from kiting you, at least if the Flow Seeker goes down. Does he have Flow Seeker? No, he doesn't. I don't know. What's his base speed? 100? I don't know. I do think Tehenowon can tag him. Maybe not. 90 speed? How is he faster on this big-ass thing than Tehenowon is on that little zippy Ripperdactyl, whatever it is? I don't know. Anyway. So I guess Lewin could have just kited, but... I'm just talking about one thing. There's a battle going on here. Charge is coming in here from the Grail Guardians with their insane charge bonus. Oh no, not these ones. Where are the cool guys? I want the cool guys. The cool guys are over here. 112 charge bonus. Just beating the shit out of everything. Oh my goodness. How many kills do they have? 29. Don't care. They're still the Chads. Still the cool guys. How many kills do these guys have? 66, 29, but 29 with style, so screw you guys. We got Peasant Mob coming in here, trying to wrap up stuff in the back. Saurus going strong. Saurus will kill peasants for days. Their instincts have been focused. I don't know why. Saurus warriors don't need that. There we go. Lewin's getting in it with the Pterodons. 3-on-1, the Pterodon should be able to win. If Tehenowon gets in there, I mean, come on, man. Where's Tehenowon? Tehenowon's just fighting with Saurus warriors against crap. I don't know. Grail Guardian's getting in charge here. Battle score is in favor of the Lizardmen. So, scrappy here. Lewin is fully surrounded. Desperately popping stand your ground. This is going to get really dicey for Bretonnians. Battle Pilgrims have regrouped, but they don't really have great targets. I mean, they can kill Skinks, but there's still 3 units of Saurus left here. All that Bretonnia really has going for them is these not cool unit of knights, the Grail Guardians with their high melee defense, and this guy who's getting wrecked in the air by the lizards who should have just fought him like 10 years ago. I don't know why they waited so long. Lewin pulls in the evasive maneuvers, drops the parachute, escapes from the helicopter, and decides to fight some Saurus. But he's got a friend, and his friend's name is Gotrek. And Gotrek plus Lewin are going to dice up these Source Wars. I totally did not even see Gotrek. So some sneaky Bretonnian cunning here. Flock of Doom coming down on Lewin, which is not going to do very much. But he can't take very much right now. He's at the breaking point. Is he going to go? His leadership is wavering hard here. He's going to get charged by the Pterodons. Tehenowon, is he finally going to go after it? He is, but Gochek's in here. Is Gotrek going to start whacking on Tehenowon? That could be costly. Because he's fighting on the ground now, not in the air. He could have just fought it in the air like ages ago. Here comes Gotrek. He's going for it. He's just getting interrupted and not doing a whole lot of anything. No. Did he get charged by Tehenowon? Why did Tehenowon dive to Gotrek? I don't know what's happening. This is craziness. It's going bad for Bretonnia, but Lewin just rallied. He didn't chase him off. So he could heal, maybe. Is he still healing? I think there's something about if your leadership drops, then you lose the heal, but his leadership goes up at the standard ground. It's stabilizing. Tehenowon's chasing after him. Hey, the Not Cool Knights are back. Go away, Not Cool Knights. 131 kills. Just trying to compensate for not being as cool as the other Knights. I know how it is. Is Lewin healing yet? Still no. But the Saurus are dead. The full surround just, plus Gotrek going ham, has just slowly chopped up the Saurus. Gotrek must be at a lot of kill. Why is the Tehenowon here? I guess he tried to stabilize the leadership or something here. Didn't work. Gotrek, he's pissed. Lewin's going after it. This is Chad Bretonnian play. This is how you play as Bretonnian chivalrous and stuff. The 169 HP just going right after Tehenowon. Trying to tag him with Gotrek. There you go. There you go. That's how you do it. Terror-routed. Victory to Bretonnians. What a come from behind win for Z-Melon. Nice stuff, man. I gotta play around with these guys. The 105 charge bonus on these Grail Knights. If you drop that with Shield of Thorns, bring 3 units Grail Knight, Shield of Thorns. They're going crazy weapon strength, huge charge bonus, just melt everything. I don't think anything in the game was going to be able to stand up to that. And pop an Earthblood just for good measure. Of course, shooting and kiting could be an issue, but hey. All right, rolling right along. Where are we at now? That was Costas who was facing his steam tank in the wrong direction. That's funny. I mean, sometimes we play late at night, so let's keep that in mind. We got another game from Sixpath against Empire. The game is titled Hellebrand beats Empire, but who knows? Will they beat Empire or not, or is that a decoy? Going up against Boris, the most dicky of lords. So against Empire, I kind of like going with a mobile duelist like a Marathi or a Dreadlord on Pegasus. Pegasus mounts cause issues for this traditional like Boris up in the air or Franz up in the air. You see that a lot. As Dark Elves, that would be my recommendation. Actually, he did bring a Pegasus. He's got the Sorcerers of Fire. So this 105 speed versus 90 speed means that if she's in melee combat, she can prevent him from kiting, kind of. Boris does have some speed debuffs, potentially. He does also have Foe Seeker, and he does have more mass. Let's see here. Does he have that? No. So there is an item that Boris can bring that slows the movement speed of other things around him. He did not bring it. But anyway, Sorcerers of Fire getting chonked down from the cannons early on. Got to be aware of those cannonballs and dodge those shots. It looks like the Empire player has split his shots, so maybe that's why Sixpath is having a hard time microing here. He's going to pull the Sorcerers back. One unit of Dark Riders is going to get charged by a unit of Demis with Halberds. They should not be caught by the Demis with Halberds, so that's a bit of a micro mistake there. They are way, way faster. But the second unit of Dark Riders is going to take advantage of the distraction here. These guys, I guess, obviously not on guard mode, and that's going to leave opportunities here like crazy. So both of these cannons, I do think, will get shut down. The Empire infantry has pushed out really, really far here, so we'll see how that goes. Bit of a weird formation here from these Blackheart Corsairs. I don't really know what the plan is there. They're shooting into some spears without shield, so yeah, they'll do damage, but awkward. They are taking shots in the side from the Pistoliers while this is going on. So I don't know what's happening there. What the hell? Boris just straight up fought a Black Dragon and just died, so that's awkward. So some really unconventional plays here from Empire, but somehow Empire still ahead in the balance of power. Meanwhile, both great cannons are being taken offline. So craziness all around. But Pistoliers are really tough for Dark Elves to deal with. I will not lie, especially if you bring Hellebrand on foot. You don't have an awful lot of mobility, but Corsair is getting some play here from Sixth Path. So he is, you can tell he's experimenting with some new units here. He's does not have those Doomfire Warlocks, which we saw from him elsewhere. He's got these Dark Rider, like a sort of the Dark Rider squad. But yeah, man, Boris, how did you not kite the Black Dragon? And how do you not have any anti-air? Well, you do have anti-air shooting with the Pistoliers. Why are the Pistoliers not shooting the Dragon? Oh, I guess it's because the Harpies are chasing them. But the Harpies don't have the speed to catch the Pistoliers, so they're just going to chase them and take shots to the face, I guess, until the Pistoliers run out of ammo or the Harpies ride off. But actually, Pistoliers not doing so much damage to the Harpies. I mean, even though they're dying slowly, they are keeping the Pistoliers busy. Did the Demis just charge into Hellebrand? They did. I don't know why they did that, but they did. They were feeling inspired. I mean, they did hit some Black Ark Corsairs, sure, but they're anti-large specialists, so, I mean, they could be going after Dark Riders. They did tag one other unit earlier. Dark Riders are just, they're dancing. So Sixth Path is microing them very well, just keeping them moving and grooving. I think they could probably hit some Flagellants. The Empire player is keeping Spheres with his Flagellants so that, well, not this unit here, I guess, but with some of them. These guys are not really, I mean, they're fighting and shooting, I guess. I don't really know what's happening here. It's crazy, but all that matters is Hellebrand's here. She'll just kill everything. Does she have that AoE spell? Still no. Still no. I gotta tell Sixth Path, man. Gotta bring that. That Mortis engine on Hellebrand would just like degen all this stuff super fast. I mean, that's half the reason you bring Hellebrand. Hey, the Harpy is over here. One unit's just dead now. The other unit is almost. This one's routing. They're going to go off the map. This one, yeah. So the Pistoliers here, they picked up value. 2 units of Pistoliers almost erased 3 units of Harpies. Harpies are 600 gold apiece. Pistoliers are 500 gold. So that's 1,000 gold. That's basically dealt with 1,800 gold. That's a win for the Empire. But it did clear a space for the Black Dragon. And the Black Dragon is ready to drew a breath, maybe? I really hope I see a breath here. Come on, Sixth Path. I believe. Drop it on those flaggies. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. There you go. Right on the flaggies. Wrecking them. Wrecking them in the rectum. That's what I like. Demi's going down. Tagging the Light Wizard. Really nice choice there. I like that. Good to take that off the field before diving the Spheres. And at this point, I think it's going to be really hard for the Empire to stabilize. You do have a terror-causing unit, and you've lost your leadership, and you have no shooting to deal with a Dragon. Dragon can cycle charge anything. Empire is going to try and like just chase down the Corsairs, and they can, I mean, they can use the mobility of the Pistoliers to charge. And they can probably take the Corsairs off the map. And full surround, I mean, Hellebrand is not invincible. I mean, she is going to get chucked down, I guess, by Flagellants if she doesn't have any buffer. Like, there should be at least 1 unit of Corsairs standing around Hellebrand so she doesn't get isolated and full surrounded. She might die here. She actually might die. We'll see if the Black Dragon can get over there, help her out. Black Dragon is doing work on the Light Wizard. Oh, here goes Hellebrand. She's dropping the blood. She's gonna just cleave as many Flagellants as she can. Flagellants have received the Unbreakable buff, which is completely pointless because Flagellants are already unbreakable. So, yeah. But I guess he just wanted to get in one more cast here. It is gonna make the Spearman unbreakable. In fairness, so yeah. Yeah. Hi, Spiffy. How's it going, man? Big breath attack going down here, roasting some more Empire state troops. Hellebrand standing tough. She is getting kind of low on leadership. The Corsairs are kiting. This is when you got to dive the Pistoliers into melee. Like, dive them so that the Corsairs can't really kite without taking damage, and then you can follow up with the Spearman. But you can also use the Pistoliers to, well, snipe Hellebrand or the Dragon or pin the Dragon and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of options. The game's not over yet, but on the other hand, the Pistoliers are almost out of ammo. So, yeah, I mean, maybe the Harpies pay for themselves after all. Just being a screen, who knows? They're coming back. They're still going to try and chase the Pistoliers. I think once they run out of ammo, the skirmish mode's not going to do anything. I think for skirmish mode to be active, you have to have ammo in the clip. So the Harpies might have an easier time catching the Pistoliers once that drops. It looks like they've decided to just go all in and rally around Hellebrand and just scrap to the finish. So this is an interesting way to go. Hellebron is really low. She's at 115 kills, but she's only at 500 HP. Her leadership is really low. She popped the Witch Brew. She's going ham. Light Wizard's still here. Dragon has decided to go after the Light Wizard. But I would probably just, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I might just try and clear space around Hellebron so she doesn't get surrounded. At this point, she's, who knows. But getting rid of the leadership is important too. Full surround though. Pistoliers, they're doing work on the Black Dragon. I mean, he's getting chunked down slowly but surely. I think he's having trouble finishing off this Light Wizard. It's taking him a long time. He's taking a lot of damage. It's not over yet, man. It's not over. If that Black Dragon breaks and is routed off the map, this could still go to Empire. Hellebron's almost dead. Blackheart Corsair's out of ammo. How's that Assassin doing? He's okay. Maybe the Assassin's gonna carry it? This guy's, Black Dragon's getting mad chevrons. Okay, balance bar is going. Everything else breaks. It's just the Flagies left. Man, that was closer. That was a really close game. That was a fun one to watch. Thanks for sending it, Sixpath. Couple of early mistakes there for the Empire, but those Pistoliers kept the game close just from their sheer annoyance value against the Dark Elves. Really light build from Sixpath in terms of like so much Missile Suppress with like 5 units of Dark Riders, 3 Harpies, very little like front line killing power, just relying on Hellebron to do all of the work. But again, you got to bring that Mortis Engine effect. She would have killed all of that way sooner. All right. Okay, keep rolling. Keep rolling. What are we? I'm trying to go like alphabetical order here. What are we at? I'm losing track here. We just did this one. We got another one. Tanker playing Dark Elves against Last Defenders. So this is one of those challenge battles. I think the challenge was to bring Hellebron on the Cauldron because you don't see that get a lot of play. And win a game in a quick battle with her on a Cauldron. It's viable. I mean, there's more competitive ways to play Dark Elves. But it's viable and it's hella fun. And it's like, I mean, it feels right. Hellebron, it feels right for her to be on this Cauldron. And remember that this is what I'm talking about. Cursed Blade causes damage to combatants, AoE. That's really, 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 really good ability. It's her strongest ability, I think, because it means that she can just put out so much damage as long as she's alive. The trick with Hellebron is keeping her alive. So early plays, we got Dark Riders coming in, getting a front and a rear charge on Source Warriors. Really nice stuff. Source Warriors, 60 armor. They can shrug a lot of that. 52 weapon strength. As soon as they can get back on their feet, they're going to start cleaving a few Dark Riders as well. So, I mean, in the end, it might not be a super big win for Tanker, but yeah, he doesn't have a lot of options here because it's only Saurus and Kroxigor and really heavily armored Horn ones. So there's not really any good targets for these like cavalry. I guess he was expecting to see some skinks. I'm not really sure. Shades are over here. The Horn ones are just out of range of the Shades, so maybe the Shades could push up just a little bit there and get in some shots. Temple Guard are coming into range though. Shades can definitely shoot on Temple Guard. Let's see if they're on fire at will. Looks like no. Tanker maybe trying to be really sneaky here and just save them to the absolute like critical moment. They could snipe the Kroxigors. I would prioritize the Kroxigors and then deal with the Temple Guard after. He's going to send the spear screen over to the Temple Guard. That is the right play because Temple Guard do not have super high melee attack. 31 versus the melee defense of 40 on the Dread Spears. So they're going to have a hard time getting through that. Temple Guard are basically like a halberd infantry, and a lot of their damage is going to be wasted going up against Dread Spears. That's going to open up opportunities for these Shades and Hellebron, of course, right? Hellebron would be countered, in theory, by the Temple Guard. Hellebron is going to go to work on Saurus Warriors. And you see that, like, do you see that, like, dripping effect coming from the sky? That is Hellebron's Mortis Engine effect activating, and every time that activates, you're going to see damage peeling off. So in order for that to activate, she has to be winning combat. But let's face it, it's Hellebron. She's always winning combat, pretty much. If she's fighting, she's winning, and you can see it just proccing again and again. I think it has a 1-second cooldown or something like that. Assassins being used to screen the Cold One Knights or the Horn ones. That's a cool play from Tanker right there, and he's going to follow with the spears. So just try to make it hard for these guys to charge in. Looks like the micro was a little bit taxed there. Kroq can get over on Hellebron and do some work here, but Hellebron can kite him ad infinitum. This is a bit of sort of a death ball build from the Lizards. They tried to just go really hard and just push that front line engagement. Bounce Bar was in favor of the Lizardmen, but you just saw it creep up there in favor of Crone Hellebron. Oh, this is dangerous. Popping Witch Brew right next to Krokgar. You do not want to do that. Krokgar can go over there and do some damage on her while she's fighting Saurus Warriors. He can be pounding on her, but it looks like Krokgar is like distracted and fighting Bleak Swords, but he's got to get over there, get in some free damage on Hellebron. Missed opportunity there, I think, from the Lizardmen. I tend to cut Witch Brew with Hellebron. They buffed it, right? They buffed all those like damage attacks, so I'm gonna have to give it another look. Like 60% weapon damage is a lot of weapon damage. It's like 367 weapon damage on a chariot. But it doesn't sound like a lot. But on a chariot, it's good because you got a lot of splash damage. But I don't know. I like Hellebron. She's so valuable, and if you lose her, it's like an uphill battle. So I think it's kind of risky to bring the Witch Brew, but it feels right. So if you're feeling it, go for it. Shades Root Whooping in the back. Shades are a really good option against Lizardmen if Lizardmen don't have anything to shut you down. And these Cold One Knights, it looks like they spent most of the battle like not getting in there. They did get a charge, but then they got distracted and decided to go attack some Dread Spears. Then they got Rampage, and then they got shot, and that was just unfortunate for them. So yeah, and then the two Assassins went over and finished off Krokgar. So nice stuff to Tanker, showing that the Cauldron can still do some work there. I think some mistakes were made on the Lizardman side of things, but hey, not every game is going to be the most high-tier game in the world, so there you go. Now we got Festus up against Charlie Buster, playing the Empire. Charlie Buster. We got Empire Cav, we got Handgunners, we've got 3 units of Great Swords, Spears, Swordsmen, Empire Knights, and Outriders with grenade launchers, and no caster. So this is one of those, oh yeah, really type of builds. On the other hand, we got Poison Wind Mortars, which will do well against most Empire infantry. Hellpit Abomination to deal with large flying things like our Karl Franz, if there was a Karl Franz, but there isn't a Karl Franz, so yeah, there's just this cheapo general of the Empire. Poison Wind Mortars are going to try and tag these Outriders. They're not going to have much success, but the Rattling Gunners will. And they're going to start just dropping models like it's hot. Like Snoop Dogg has trained them. That's what's going to happen. Yes, I still use references from probably 10 years ago, but hey. And there you go. So Outright is getting charged by Clan Rats and not kiting this time. So it looks like the Empire player getting a little bit balled up here. Oh, maybe he had that bug where he had his stuff in a lock group and then it just like screws up. I bet you that's what happened here. Because he got like this really like complex, nice formation. Now everything's balled up and he's trying to untangle himself. And while he's untangling himself, the Outriders with the grenade launchers got erased. So 1,200 gold off the field. Each of these are about 600 gold. And very little value obtained from them. So that's unfortunate for the Empire player. Hey, it happens. Poison Wind Mortars shooting in on the handgunners. Handgunners are not a good choice against Skaven, ever. Unless you're expecting Stormvermin, don't bring handgunners. You want to bring crossbows or huntsmen or regular archers against Skaven, because Skaven rarely have anything above 40 armor. You just don't need handgunners. These guys have armor, but they're kind of usually mid to back line, and handgunners aren't really going to be able to reach them anyways in most fights. And you don't need handguns against Clan Rats in Skaven Slays. On the far flank, they're Empire Knights, so we'll see what they do. Generally, the Empire is just going ballsy right into Clan Rats. No idea why. Hellpit's probably going to go over there and try and pay him a little visit. I don't think he's going to get there anytime soon, but he can try. Lord Skrulk, are we going to see some summons here? I mean, he's postulating. I can see the green just coming off of him. He's thinking about it. But still no. Maybe he already popped something. Maybe it's on cooldown. He's going to try and intercept these spears, perhaps. Rattling guns are getting pressured here. Empire Knight's going to come in here. They'll beat the crap out of the Skaven Slays. So a little bit of pressure being felt here on the left flank by the Skaven, but on the right flank, it's easy breezy, beautiful cover grow. There's Empire Knights getting smashed by Rattling Gunners. There's the general of the Empire just killing time in Clan Rats. The Hellbit Abomination's been mostly inactive, just protecting this back line, but I mean, I guess it's been getting shot by handgunners. It probably could have been doing something, like fighting the general of the Empire. But maybe he just wanted to keep it like high, like just close to the poison wind mortars, and hoping the poison wind mortars are going to kill the handgunners while the handgunners are busy shooting at the hell pit. It looks like they're shooting great swords, and this great swords is already depleted and dead and shattered. So bit of a waste there, I guess. Rattling Gunners drilling some Empire Knights, but they are going to get crunched. Some Clanrat Summons are going to come here, try and buffer them, but a little bit late on that. And I think these Rattling Gunners are no longer going to be part of this world. Over here, Warp Grinders mucking up some Empire Knights, and Clanrat Spears also doing some mucking. Maybe they're not doing anything. Maybe they popped that like freeze, but then they didn't actually run into melee afterwards, so they're just standing there. Rattling Guns are facing the wrong way. There they go. They've been summoned. Here comes the Hell Pit. This is what I said he should have done a long time ago. The General of the Empire has to run away, but he's not in the mood for running away. He's in the mood for getting eaten by a Hell Pit. Oh, maybe he's trying to run away. Or is that Hell Pit just pushing him? I can't tell. But in any case, he's not having a good day. I certainly wouldn't if I had a Hell Pit smacking me in the butt. And there's no Empire infantry left, aside from this unit of greatswords. Skroth's hot on the job. He's going to run over there with his fast movement speed 42 versus the movement speed of 28. He's going to dive these greatswords. He's going to summon some crap, no doubt. And then the greatswords are probably going to get shot. The General of the Empire was unable to escape. And that is a victory to Festus. Taking it to Charlie Buster. Nice try, Buster. But Festus's day today. Moving along. What we got next? Where we at? So we did this one? No? I'm losing track here. We did Festus versus Charlie Buster. Now we got Monster. Warriors of Botchix playing Chaos. I don't see that very often. Tanker playing Beastmen. Going up against Time Lord as Lizardmen and Doom as Dark Elves. This should be a good game. I'm excited to see this one. Got some skilled players in this one. And Botchix playing something he doesn't usually play, so I'm curious. Tanker's certainly very comfortable with Beastmen. Time Lord is likewise very comfortable with Lizards, although this is a very small army from Time Lord, so we'll see if he's able to keep that online. I do think if you bring the Shredder of Lustro, it's pretty much obligatory to bring heals for him. So I don't think he's going to be able to keep it online. Honestly, against Beastmen, there's just so much that can surround you, and it's going to be hard for the Shredder to deal with all of that. There are two ancient Stegodon's Engine of Gods, which can clear infantry if they're able to hit it. But Beastmen infantry do have pretty good foot speed. On the other hand, it could be, well, even Chaos Marauder's pretty good foot speed too, 35. These guys 40. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see if the Engine of Gods are able to connect. I mean, Beastman is known for being pretty mobile. I do like Botchix bringing like a decent wall of Chaos Marauders. A lot of Chaos players cheap out on the low tier infantry. They go straight into the high tier. And I think the Chaos Marauders do have a role on the Chaos roster. They should be taken. On the other hand, I don't know if you need to go all Chaos Marauders. But if you are going to go with like a Chaos Spawn type of build, then it makes sense. And against Lizardmen, I can certainly see that being a good choice, because Lizardmen do have stuff like the Engine of the Gods. They do have Croak. They do have Banishment with Lord Mazdamundi. They do have Ruination of Cities. So I have a lot of tools to deal with high tier infantry. So I guess going with the like disposable infantry route is probably a good choice from Botchix. We'll see. Doom's pushing up here on the left flank. He's got like the ground force here. Let's see if he gets overrun. Looks like Chaos and Beastmen are falling back here, maybe trying to bait the Dark Elves into a scenario where it's going to be a little bit easier for them to use their numbers. This is a Charybdis pick, so a little bit of a just for fun pick maybe from Doom. He's also got Mal's Darkblade, which again, not the most competitive Lord pick, but he's not a slouch. He's okay. He's middle of the road as far as legendary lords go, I guess. Bratiate with a Beast is over here. He's got Manticore summons if needed. Oh, is this one of those? Oh, is this a double Bray Shaman build? Manticore summons, Manticore. So not a turning legal build. So we're gonna see 4 Manticores coming up here. Probably more summons from Morgor. Since this is an old-fashioned Beastman summon build, I'm going to overload you type of thing. I do like the decision by Botrix to go in the air with the Manticores. Against Lizardmen, it's unlikely you're going to get too much of an air pressure. The Chaos Lord of Death, I mean, with the two Manticores, you should be okay as long as the Dark Elves didn't just kind of goon him. There's Tic-Tac-Toe, though, so actually Time Lord does have a bit of an air presence, so potentially he could fight that if he's able to isolate things. Tic-Tac-Toe plus Ripperdactyl can kill a Manticore in isolation, and can kill the Chaos Lord in isolation, even on the Dragon, but not if they stay together. So we'll have to watch that closely. Witch Elves getting in here, going to slice and dice some Spearmen, no problem. Of course, they're going to take some damage as well because they don't have the best melee defense. Here comes the first rip from the Engine of the Gods. Tinker's going to try and pull out, and most of this stuff is going to get out of the way. This unit of Razorgore Herd and these units of Chaos Warhounds, it looks like they were unable to disengage, probably because they were wrapped up with the Shredder of Lustria, and after the Engine of the Gods and the Terror, they're going to take off. It looks like the Minotaurs are going to start taking some damage from the large, and it's going to turn into an old-fashioned death ball over here, which is cool. I mean, it's got Tic-Tac-Toe here with the, probably with Flock of Doom, I would imagine. No. Oh, Tic-Tac-Toe doesn't have that. Yeah, I'm thinking of Tehenna. So no Flock of Doom, but he does have the bombs. If needed, he could drop the bombs. Looks like he's on Chariot hunting duty, which is a nice choice, because that gets the Manticores off the field. If you get the Manticores off the field, you start losing a lot of mass options to kind of deal with the Shredder of Lustria. Here comes a big rip going across the front line. Engine of the Gods number 2. Is it going to do anything? I mean, these guys are gone anyways. They're getting terror routed. Now they're going to be gone and wrecked. But I don't know. It kind of feels like overkill. I mean, it's a unit of 350 gold spear. I don't know. Bounce bar dead even. What's up with the Chaos Flying Squad? Are they doing anything? Charybdis is in here whacking on some Chaos Marauders. He'll kill them. Uh-oh. Doom got tied up over here. Supreme Sorcerer's Shadow. Oh, sorry, the Sorcerer's Shadow got tied up. But, oh, I gotta slow this down. Hit by the Razorgore, but counterplay from the Black Guardian of God. So nice play from Doom there. Breath going in here. Looks like it might have whiffed. I think it was trying to go in on the Shredder of maybe on the Shredder of Lustria. Maybe it did some damage there. Manticore Summon is gonna hit the Shredder of Lustria here. Chaos Spawner in here as well. Pendulum going down, wrecking some Chaos Chaff. Is the Chaos Lord going to commit to doing damage somewhere, or is he just going to fly around in the air? We'll see. Looks like he's going after the Ripperdactyl Riders. Ripperdactyls can probably fight that. If this is the ROR with the Toad Rage, no, it's the regular one. They're going to get Fated Bunod. It's doing some damage there. Yeah, I think those Ripperdactyls should just take that fight. I do think they can do... even if they die, they're going to do a lot of damage to the Chaos Lord and the Chaos Leadership, and he has no access to heals. I would just take that fight personally. This way, I don't think they have the speed to kite it anyways. There's a lot happening here. So 90 speed. 90 speed. It's the same speed. With charge bonus, Chaos Lord might be able to tag them. I don't know. You got Fated Bunod and Spear Leech. Spear Leech is good against... I don't know what. It's good against the Dark Elves. You can drop it on Malice. Hey, how's Malice doing? He's pumping and grinding. But I guess he's fighting in here with Chaos Spawn. He's starting to get some devilish thoughts, no doubt. His leadership is pretty low. I think he's having a conversation with Zarkan right now. Let's see if he pops it. His leadership's still high, though. I think he's still feeling confident. That Dark Elf cockiness is kicking in because he is fighting in a Blackguard. Morgar's coming over here. I think he's trying to give him a little tap, but here comes the Lizard Large, pounding on Morgar. That is his weakness. He can be gooned out by things like Manticores or Large. Chaos Lord's still up in the air, just surveying. But at some point, is that Chaos Lord going to have to get his hands dirty? We'll find out. Valspar's still leaving. Here comes another Pendulum whipping across the front lines. There goes the Chaos Lord. Going to get in a charge on the Charybdis? Or the Shredder? Going after the Shredder. Shredder's going to turn around and whack on the Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord is in tough here. He's got Morgar, Shredder, and the Sorceress all tagging him. That's leadership almost broke there. Very dangerous situation. But return charge coming from Minotaurs with shield. This is a crazy game. Bounce bar dead even. But it's shifted in favor of the Lizardmen. So they were up on the ropes here, but because the Chaos Sorcerer Lord is taking so much damage, now it's starting to shift in favor of the Lizardmen. And oh my goodness. Have we seen some of the Manticore summons go down? The Chariot might get tagged by the Witch Elves here. Are they going to get it's rampaging in Witch Elves. man, this is an opportunity for the Lizardmen to come back and take this one, steal a game from the Beastman and the Chaos. We're actually leading up ahead here. The Chaos Spawn are getting chipped down. They do not have very good staying power. Another Sky Shot's going to go right across the front line. It's going to probably kill a bunch of Blackguard too, so a little bit brave there, or like, I don't know, sadistic. The Lizardmen learning from the Dark Elf allies, I guess, there, but Tic-Tac-Toe is going to chase off Chaos Sorcerer's Lord. You don't see Tic-Tac-Toe chosen very often, but actually in this case he was able to net some value, so interesting. So unfortunately, dropping next to the Shredder of Lustria didn't work out for the Chaos Lord, even though the Shredder was very, very low. Charybdis going strong here, and actually picking up Matt's Chevron, so Charybdis doing work. The poison is caused a lot of issues, I guess, for the Minotaurs and other things like that tried to goon this out. And in the end, I think just the anti-large options were not strong enough. Maybe Dragon Ogres would have been a better pick against, or Shaggoth against Lizardmen. I would probably bring a Shaggoth or two against Lizardmen. Of course, you know, hindsight's 20/20 when you see your opponent's build, and of course, like to prepare for 2 Engine of Gods. Oh my goodness, it's a lot, but yeah, wow, Lizard's able to pull this one back. So I think it's pretty much done here. Now fast forward, I don't think there's any way that that this can turn around here. Yeah, Morgo's gonna shatter, and that's it. So come from behind victory there for Time Lord and Doom. Well played to both of them. Witch Elves, wow, 323 kills. They went ham. Charybdis, absolutely valuable. Malice held his own. I did not see what happens at the Dark Shards. They probably got wrecked. But, yeah, probably for the Chaos Warhounds and other things. It was cool. I mean, it was a concept build. It was interesting to see the Chaos Spawn get some play. I don't know. I think they're kind of whiffy. Maybe Trolls would have given some more staying power. But, of course, Trolls suffer from leadership. I don't know. It was just a good fight all around. Let's go on to the next one. Where are we at here? Yeah, so this was the monster game. Now we got another game from Spiffy going up against Brexio as the Wood Elves. Oh my god, look at that Wood Elf build. Just pure AIDSy kite. Literally no front line. Absolutely no front line. He's got a net and probably 2 eagles. No, he's got a dragon. So no, I mean, man, what in the hell? What in the absolute hell is this? Okay, we've got Knights Errant, Knights Errant, Knights Errant, Knights Errant, Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm. And they're going to run away because there's nothing for them to hit, and he's probably totally confused right now. Spiffy's like, what in the actual hell? He'll probably lose that Grail Reliquary if these guys are smart with their ammo. Well, maybe. I mean, shooting Battle Pilgrims is a good choice, too. Yeah. Yeah, Time Lord, that was a crazy win. Nice job, man. And against the double Manticore summon build, too. That's nuts. Battle Pilgrims getting absolutely shredded here. And Spiffy is, like, probably looking around trying to find out where they are. The only thing he can see are these Sisters of Thorn. These guys have no hope of catching Sisters of Thorn, but they do have shields. And they're kind of disposable cavalry, so they'll just chase them forever. And then if this guy loses... Like, he'll lose all of his ammo eventually. Oh, they're all chasing the same unit. I mean, he could probably split them. But, yeah. He probably will split them. These guys are wasting ammo into Peasant Mob here. This makes me kind of want to cry. Just shooting Hawk Rider ammo into Peasant Mob. They're not even shooting Battle Pilgrims. These Battle Pilgrims are getting wrecked. Okay, so I'm okay with that. Is there breath coming down here? Oh my god, this match makes me want to cry. Yeah, it's satellite targeting system. No kidding. It's like I got on a little bit of a Command and Conquer kick lately, and it reminds me of like the GDI ion cannon. Just comes from space and wrecks things. Anyway, Spellsinger Shadows, or is that the ally thing? I don't know. I can't remember if that's Command and Conquer Red Alert or like a Command and Conquer regular one, but I feel like there's always something coming for space. Sisters of Thorn got tagged by the Knights of the Realm. That's crazy. I'm going to fast forward this because there's a lot of nothing happening here, and we'll see if there's a point at which there's an actual fight, probably once all the ammo's depleted. In the meantime, there's just going to be Spiffy getting shot in the face for a really long time against an AZ build. This should not be allowed. This army comp's awful. But anyway, Spiffy holding tough here. And actually, Balance Bar is in his favor, which is absolutely ridiculous. These guys just, like, this player is not even microing it properly. Like, he clumps both of his Deepwood Scales together. He wasted his ammo on Peasant Mob. Like, I mean, he possibly could have won this if he actually knew what he was doing. But I think he's just going to lose because he's not shooting the right things or doing, like, what is this? Prophetess of Life is full health. Nothing is shooting the Prophetess of Life. I mean, jeez, man, you got a Glade Lord. You got 4 units of Hawk Riders. Why don't you just snipe the Prophetess off? Okay, now she's getting shot a little bit, but you can just snipe her off the map, and then you can, I don't know. The build's crap. This is crap. It should never be played ever. Look at this mob. Oh my god. I just say thanks for the laugh and fast forward this one because nice job, Spiffy. You clearly won this battle. To be clear, the Wood Elf player has to land now because their Deepwood guys died. So as soon as they landed, Bretonnia would have just killed them. All right, so where are we at now? So that was called My Cheese versus His Cheese, and that was clearly a cheese game. We're back to Festus, going up against the Dread Fleet. Tiberium Wars. Okay, thanks, Spiffy. Going up against Van Ran with, like, an excessive amount of mortars. Just, like, way too many mortars. But, hey, against Skaven, maybe. If you're expecting a static build, it could be okay. These guys are all going to be camouflaged, but these guys have short range. You probably don't need Poison Globadiers against Vamps, because these guys are like, they're AP, man. You bring them for the AP. 71 like missile damage is really good, right? But the range is limited. I don't know, maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I think you could go cheaper with the Poison Wind Globadiers against vampires and do totally fine, because usually you're only going to find 1, maybe 2 units of depth guard. I mean, if you're expecting Silastra, sure, yeah, it'd be great against Silastra. I guess he's got other tools to deal with, like, low tier stuff with these Night Runners, right? Or it's the Gutter Runners. Actually, Gutter Runners, getting a pick early on against the Scurvy Dogs. Gutter Runners are decent in combat, right? Like, it's 26-28. I mean, they shredded that unit of Scurvy Dogs, so nice stuff there. I do think maybe a bit too many Gutter Runners here. I think you could spread them out. You could put a few here and a few on the side just to make the Vampire think about a few different angles, or maybe slide some up in the back. I don't know. They're stealth. They're sneaky. Felbats are here, but they don't know what to do yet, I guess. Over here, Festus has got the Death Runners into all of these mortars. The precious, precious mortars that the Vampire Ghost player clearly likes so much are going to die immediately without hardly any use. That is so painful. I don't even think Noctilus reacted with the summon. He sent over some Deckhand mob to deal with that. But by the time the Deckhand mob deal with the Death Runners will have cut up all of those mortars. He didn't even drop the crew off of there. So, if you do screw up and you get charged like that, drop your crew, pull them through, make the Death Runners run through this unit of Deckhand mob. It's not the end of the world. You can recover from it. Yeah, but obviously they won't be shooting for a while. But yeah, that one unit of Death Runners just took 4 mortars offline. Brutal. Nevertheless, Balance Bar still in favor of the Vampire Ghost, but they have no front line, and the back line did nothing. So the only thing they got going for them is Noctilus, who's going to potentially drop a bunch of summons, but now the Deathglow Bombardiers are in range of Noctilus because he had no front screen. They're going to do so much damage. And here's a Scorch going across the Guttering Mob. This is unbelievable. This is pretty much going as well as Skaven could have hoped for it to go, I guess. Uh-oh, Scrolls taking some damage. Here's Wave right now, but what is breaking these guys? Death Globes are breaking. I guess it's just Noctilus shooting the Death Globes. And it looks like actually this unit's not in range of Noctilus anymore. I don't know why. And these Death Globes are shooting at Deckhand mobs. So I would just have them shoot Noctilus, honestly. They do so much damage. I mean, they can shoot Deckhand mob if they want to. But there's better stuff for that, I guess. But Scroll's in here. He's interrupting some things. You could probably drop a summon in the back line. These mortars... Actually, the mortars are still firing, I think. So yeah, maybe the Mortars are still putting in work even though they're being cut up by the Death Runners. Maybe I was too quick to write them off. Uh-oh. The Great Horned Rat has emerged. Not really, it's just like an effigy of Skrulk. It looks like Skrulk in like ethereal form. He's cloned himself as Casper the Ghost with teeth. And down go the Mortars. And the Deckhand Mob ran away from Scary Casper, which meant that these guys died faster. There we go. Now the shot's coming in on Noctilus. Balance bar is going really fast. Once Noctilus goes down, it really chunks the balance bar. And there's nothing left for vampires. So congrats to Festus on this one. I'm gonna call it here. Vampires, they need more of an infantry screen up front. And I don't know what the best answer to Skrulk is. I feel like Skrulk is a tough thing to deal with for Vampire Pirates. Maybe in that matchup you want to go Salastra and try and scare away the rats. I don't know. Depth Guard could probably do well against Skaven. You might want to rush Skaven. I don't know who would have to. Maybe that's one matchup where the Vampire Coast would have to play offense instead of defense. I don't know. Maybe other people can comment if they've played this matchup before. Does Skaven, in a matchup of Skaven against Coast, who usually has to play offense? Who usually has to play defense? I don't know. I think Carronades could outtrade Warp Lightning Cannons and Plague Claws, so points to Coast for that. But if they just sit back, I mean, I could see Skaven overrunning them too. And mid-range shooting is very strong for Skaven, so I don't know. There's a bit of give and take there. It's an interesting matchup. All right, moving right along. So this is actually from a tourney match against Dwarves. Well, I was playing against Delta. I'm not gonna showcase this game. I did give the replay to Dutch Skink. So if you want to watch that, go check out his channel. He did cast the tournament. Actually, I still have to play the finals of that tournament, so I guess that tells you that I probably won at least some of these games. But yeah, so I'm up against Botrix in the finals. We got to do a best of 5. I just haven't prioritized that just yet because of other stuff, but I'll get to it. And check out his channel if you want to see that. It's going to be coming up probably in the next week. We're going to do our best of 5, and it should be fun. Okay, Tom was saying Skaven has better mid-range than Coast. I agree with that, which is why I think Coast has to push out, or at least they have to push out like a pretty solid infantry screen. They definitely can't just turtle against Skaven. I don't know, man. Noctilus can drop a lot of summons, but so can Skrulk, and I do think Clan Rats are going to win against... Well, I don't know. Clan Rats versus Deckhand? Maybe Deckhand will win. I don't know. That's a tough one. I haven't tested that. I would like to test just Clan Rats versus Deckhand Mob in a straight up fight. Who wins? There's fear on the Deckhand Mob, and Deckhand Mob have two weapons, so I don't know, man. Anyway, Festus versus Artis. I can't get too caught up in my theory crafting. I got to get through games. Ooh, double bone giant. Or double giant. I just automatically say bone because I'm so used to seeing bone giants. But no, double regular giants. Sons of Goros. That's cool. Magic damage against Tomb King. I can dig it. Festus is doing the almighty box with Sepulchre Stalkers. And the super powerful meme himself, Cetra. Mega fast. He's got four horsies. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. But not as cool as Archon in the fact that this guy still rolls on the ground. Archon like hovers in the air. So you should go talk to the engineer of Archon's chariot, etc., and ask if he can pimp your ride, man. You got to get a better ride because your chariot is way better. Look at this: 470 weapon strength with 84 speed, fire damage, magic damage, AP, and you've got a blind ability on top of that. You can beat the snot out of Archons. So why is your chariot not as cool as Archons? You gotta get that straightened out. So Morgar's diving, or Khazrak. It's Khazrak. You don't see Khazrak very often. Khazrak diving right into the midline. He's going to interrupt the Kepler Tomb Guard charge, and that's going to allow the Giants to come in here, and the Ungor Spearmen, and yeah, just going right for the middle with a Death Ball build. But Sepulchre Stalkers in reserve here for Festus. Normally they would do very, very well against the Giant, but Nice counterplay here from the Beastman. Curse of Anraher going to drop their accuracy down by 30%, but let's see if they still hit shots here. Looks like they are, man. They are stripping the HP off of this giant. He's already lost almost 50% of his HP, and we're only 1 minute into the fight right now. That is crazy. There's a speed debuff going here. So the Giants having a little bit of trouble maneuvering, but these guys are world beaters. If they're able to get on a juicy large target like a Giant, for example, they're going to do his work. But Giants are kind of pissed, and if they can hit the Sepulchre Stalkers, I think they should do well, very, very well. Sepulchre Stalkers are not slouches in combat. They'll give it out too, but Giants' combat stats are just insane. 2 Giants are going to wreck the Sepulchre Stalkers, so these guys got to kite for sure. And use that ammo. They got 50 speed. Giants only have 39 speed, so they do have the advantage here. So let's see if Festus pulls back. The answer does not seem to be the affirmative just yet. Flock of Doom going down here. That's a waste because there's only monstrous infantry. I guess there's a little bit of Kepler Guard. There's a little Kepler Guard, but not very much. I would save the Winds of Magic for other stuff. I mean, what else you got here? You got more Anrahers. You got bolts, Amber Spears. You get Amber Spear, etc. You don't really, I mean, this is going to die anyway. The Kepler Guard is going to die from Murder plus your Bray Shaman. You can kill it with the Giants later if you want to. Here comes a charge from the Sons of Goros. These Sepulchre Stalkers are not having a good day. They are very, very important because without the Sepulchre Stalkers, there is probably no answer to the Giants. On the other hand, the Giants have taken a lot of damage. Kazarak is chasing after Cetra, and he tags Cetra. Cetra's pretty fast. Fest is going to keep the micro going. Yeah, there we go. Okay, maybe not tag too much. I mean, Kepler can just smash Kazarak, honestly. Kazarak's a foot lord. You got more mass. You might as well hit Kazarak and try and get the Beastman leadership off the field. We're after the Bray Shaman. By the way, the Bray Shaman got caught up in the Kepler Tomb Guard. A little bit of a misplay there from the Beastman. Losing his caster for pretty much no reason. But over here, Giants are still beating the brakes off the Sepulchre Stalkers. 1 Giant is almost dead here, and that gigantic leadership of 100 is wavering. It's down now to about, well, it's stabilized now that the Sepulchre Stalkers went away, but he's pretty low. There's a possibility Cetra could maybe kill him with some Psycho Charges and a bit of luck, but yeah, somehow Tomb Kings are ahead. Ooh, little fart from Cetra breaks off these Ungor Spearmen. Somehow Tomb Kings are. Oh, the Shaman might be rallying here. That could be a big deal. I don't know how I don't know how fast this is gonna kill the Giants here. But Cetra's no joke, man. Cetra's the real deal. All of the infantry could be gone really soon here. And if you can kill Kazarak. Is he going to go after Kazarak finally? No, still avoiding Kazarak. Just trying to keep the infantry off the field. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. He's getting a lot of value out of Cetra. He can literally kill all of the Beastman infantry, but at the end of the day, he's still got to get through the Sons of Goros and the Giants. On the other hand, they have to get through the Tomb Guard Halberd, so I don't know. We'll see. This is why we get these replays for that on your seat type of action, excitement, adventure. You never know. Kazarak's over here. Taking a charge, but doesn't look like he connected with much damage. Sons of Goros counter charge. This is a lot of damage on Cetra, but Cetra's going to blind these guys and chunk off a couple of unit models. So a timely blind there gets Cetra out of a bit of a tight situation, and it's actually going to break the Sons of Goros. Hey, look at that! Look at that Ushapti summon. Very timely. It's going to free up Cetra. Ushapti plus Tomb Guard are going to go in there. They might be able to take down this Giant. That's a big play. Meanwhile, Cetra's going to wreck another unit of Goreherd. I mean, I might have liked to see the Ushapti summon go down in the Tomb Guard Halberds, honestly. I think you might have got a little bit more value just kind of bracing them against the Giants, but hey, it is what it is. Cetra's going to come in here, get in some free hits on the Giant. It does take the Giant a little bit of time to rotate and like hit something. So if you're paying attention and your opponent isn't, and he doesn't like rotate your Giant properly, you can get in some rear attacks and some free damage against the Giant. Maybe that's what's going to happen in this battle. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. I do think Cetra can just finally go into Kazarak. There we go. He probably could have done that a long time ago, but yeah, I do think Tomb King's got this one now. Another little fart there to break off the Sons of Goros. They're not coming back. Another charge, and victory to Festus. Nice stuff there. I really liked it. I think the only thing that didn't work out for him was probably the Sepulchral Stalkers not able to shake the Giants. They should never get caught by the Giants. They're way faster. The Carrion were still alive. I would have liked to see the Carrion maybe drop in and obstruct the Giants if needed, if he was having trouble separating the Sepulchral Stalkers from the Giants. The Sons of Goros, I didn't see what they were being used for early on. Maybe they were the ones that killed the Carrion. Certainly they could have killed the Carrion had they been used for a screen, but in any case, yeah, good job to Festus. I do think, yeah, if he cut it too far with the Sepulchral Stalkers, of course the Sons of Goros were there, so the Sons of Goros probably could have just pinned them anyways and forced the fight with the Giants. So yeah, Festus did what he could with what he had is the conclusion, I think. All right, so still going in alphabetical order. We've done Pimp Daddy Cetra. Now we're on Rip Phoenix. I think this came from Navari. We got Time Lord playing Clan Scryer, Navari playing Karakadrin, Phoenix playing the Empire. I do not know Phoenix. I do recognize Azrael, who's recently joined our group. He's also friends with Scythian, and who's now renamed himself to Gilgamesh. We've got Costas playing the Empire, and Meme Engineer, aka Jojo, who I haven't played with in a long time, playing Cult of Sotek. Good friend of mine as well. Keeping the memes alive in our channel. Once in a while, he'll drop a funny meme for us to laugh at. So, yeah, cool. He was into the Dungeons and Dragons a little bit. He tried to organize a group. We got in like a session, and I think it fell apart. But I don't know if he's still trying to do that. Who knows? If you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons, maybe give Jojo a little tap on the shoulder if you know him. Anyway, let's see how it goes. We're loading. Alright, we got Empire here with Volkmar and the Jade Wizard, which is unnecessary because Volkmar has heals anyways, unless you have a steam tank and you need to heal the steam tank, but you don't, so it's kind of a waste. Well, you got Demis. I mean, you can shield the Thorn of the Demis and Earthbolt them, I guess, but then you don't need Regrowth, you don't need Awakening of the Wood, and you don't need Dwellers Below. It's just too much on it. That Lightcaster is so expensive and not going to do much. What do we have here? We've got, well, I mean, it could help the Dwarves maybe. The Rune Lord and Thane. So a little bit of punch from the Dwarves in terms of balance the roster here. You got mid-range shooting, you got long-range shooting, you got Slayers, you got a bit of Hero Squad. So I like what I see from Navarre's list. Time Lord, he's got a pretty balanced list too here. Warlock Engineer. He's got Ikit, so actually 2 Warlocks. He's got Warp Lightning and Warp Lightning. So he's got duplicate spells here, so not a turn illegal build, but hey. There's the Hellpit Abomination, there's a Dwarf Thing Menace, there's Rat Ogres, there's more Rat Ogres, Spears. So doing a nice job trying to secure the woods. It is important to secure the flanks, and that means the woods on this map, because you don't want any nastiness coming out of you from there. But Bloated Corpse is here, that's cool stuff, and there is the Depth Guard. So also, the Vampire Coast are very much aware of the importance of those woods and have set in a certain defensive screen to deal with that. But Queen Bess getting wrecked early on, already crumbling. Is there any heals that can be popped in there? Kale Noctilus can certainly drop a heal, but if it's taking cannon shots, which I suspect it is, because I don't know what else would be crumbling it. Does it say under fire? It doesn't. I don't really know what's going on. It's dropping shots. What's going on Skaven Slaves. Complete waste of Queen Bess's ammo. Not even worth it. You can probably buff the ammo with a gunner, right? But still, it's Skaven Slaves. Maybe it's gonna reposition over to the doors. Yeah, I don't know what was causing it to crumble. I legit have no idea. I'm so confused. That's weird. Yeah. If you're interested in dragons. We got Dwarf Cannons trading shots with Empire Cannons. So who's got the good artillery? Dwarves are actually splitting their shots, which is an unconventional strategy. Usually you try and focus fire down one thing, but in this case, Navari opting not to do that. This cannon has been taken offline. The crew has, I think have they dropped their artillery? They have dropped their artillery. Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't drop it. Guys, I see this every game. If your artillery is losing, you can't hold your batteries. Just drop your artillery, walk away, reman it later. There's no reason to lose your cannons. You got to be protecting those. It's really precious. Hellstorm rocket batteries shooting in and doing stuff. but I don't think it's going to go well for this Empire player. His build is, can I be frank, it's not very good. Jade Wizard getting wrecked already from a Manticore that it shouldn't be getting wrecked by because it has way more speed. On the other hand, Demi's getting into Empire Knights, so that's going well for Empire. So I like that. Volkmar is doing good things. Kind of. He's getting hit by Tehanawan, so yeah. I don't know. That's going to be a wash for a little bit. Volkmar's probably going to lose that, but he'll kill the infantry in the meantime. Breakcrested Skinks are doing stuff here. I don't know. They'll kill the Empire eventually. Honestly, Skinks have good foot speed. They could probably just force path their way right through here and just take out the cannon. There is a gap here. I mean, Skinks are fast. They can dive right through here, but Empire Knights are going to come through here. They'll shut down the Hellstorm rocket battery, and they'll do that anyways. So I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Correlers are here. Oh, Zap was... So, yeah, Time Lord is saying Zap put in a couple shots on Queen Bess. So that's good use of Zap. I didn't catch that. My apologies. Oh, yeah, there's Zap there. Oh, but it looks like it died, so maybe Queen Bess got a bit of revenge there. Well, one cannon drop, but looks, see, Time Lord, he knows. He dropped his crew. I'm sure they're going to reman the Zap when it's safe. But then if you're a Vamp Coast, you can push and try and stand on top of the cannon so that Skaven can't reman it, right? Ooh, back and forth decisions. Rulon's here. He's buffing things. He's feeling buff, flexing. Volkmar's here. He's always been kind of OP in his own little traditional Empire Lord OP sort of way with power heals. He's going to help the Doris for sure. That front line's going to hold, but the Empire front line's just been like, well, I mean, they're still flagellants, but their guns are compromised. This hammer is on his last days here. So, yeah, nice micro from the Lizardman player. I forget who it is, but they're doing work. They're causing a lot of issues for the Empire player over here. The Jade Wizard did escape. I was kind of criticizing that earlier, but he did escape the Manticore. I guess the Manticore summon. I suspect the Manticore summon just crumbled, and then the Jade Wizard like rallied. I don't think the Empire player even realized, but it happens. There's a lot going on. Volkmar is getting hit by stuff. Ironbreakers are killing flagellants, but shots coming in from the Empire, but getting screened. Skaven Slaves. Really nice stuff there from Time Lord. Just throwaway Skaven Slaves, causing the handgunners to reposition. You know, counter stuff come from the Spearmen, but Skaven Slaves can hustle and bustle. They got a good speed. 36 speed. They're going to cut those slow-ass Empire Spearmen. Queen Bess is trying to reposition, but here comes Time Lord. Is he going to reman... Is he going to reman the Zap? Where's the Zap crew? Where's the Zap? Is the Zap crew alive? Did I just assume that they were alive when they were not actually alive? I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff up. I assumed he was going to, he was being super tactical and was going to reman that. Maybe they're somewhere. I don't know. We'll monitor that. We'll come back to that. In the meantime, hey, Thorfthing Menace, Doomflares, going in on Shade Wraith Gunners. That's a really nice play by Time Lord. Noctis is going to try and get over there, but I think he's going to have a hard time making contact with these mottos, maybe. I don't know, this one's doing a pop a wheelie or whatever they call it. Cartwheels? I don't know. What do you call these things? 360s? I don't speak car language. I didn't have Hot Wheels as a kid. It's not my fault, okay? Maybe I did. I'll leave that to your imagination. What I won't leave to your imagination is this giant Hand of the Gods coming from the... It's not Hand of the Gods. It's, what's it called? It's from the Ancient Stegodon. What's it called again? This thing. Burning alignment. It's a burning alignment that just came down from the sky. It aligned on some crossbows. Balance is really even here. This is interesting. The Tehanawan's getting in it. The Thane can dish it out though. It's got to be a little careful here. He's in a 2-on-1 situation with these heroes. I know he does do no. I mean he's doing good damage to the Rune Lord here. The Rune Lord is on the toilet seat, so these Empire handgunners can also snipe the Rune Lord. I don't know what they're being used to shoot at right now. Ironbreakers are pushing up on these spheres. They are very, very low, even with all the chevrons. They're sticking with it. These handgunners can probably just wreck them. I mean, handgunners do work. If they're able to fire... So this must be Costas just pressuring with those Empire handgunners. Let's go check in on this other side. Looks like Time Lord's winning this flank. Vamp Coast is getting wrapped up. Shade Wraith Gunner's wrapped up over here. Hell Pit's in here. It's just Noctilus against the world with the unit of Depth Guard. The Skaven hordes have arrived. So this flank is going pretty well for Skaven, I think. On the other hand, looking real dicey for the Dwarfs and Empire over here. I do think Lizards and Empire are going to come away with this side versus Dwarf and Empire, but we'll see. You can't write the stalwart Dwarfs though. They're pretty tenacious. Rune Lord's in here. He's getting some support from the Empire Cav, just trying to screen against the Henawan. But Star Chamber Guardians and Spears are in reserve here, and they're gonna give it to the Empire. Oh, are these demis? Eee, demis are gonna take a ton of damage from the Star Chamber Guardians and the Spears. It's really painful use of the demis. I guess they're just trying to save the Rune Lord. Rune Lord's gonna get in here and try and bail out the demis. Some counterplay here. Curse of the Midnight Wind. Gonna drop the melee attack and armor of the demis. So, I mean, plus 60 armor from Master Ruin, minus 30 armor from Curse of the Midnight Wind. They're still up on top here. Are we gonna see the heals from the Jade Wizard? I don't know where that Jade Wizard went. The Warrior Priest is over here chilling. He's just gonna leave it to the Dwarf to do all the buffing work over here. But if you were to stack the Dwarf buffs, or this is Costas is. I think this is the other Empire side. So yeah, no, it wouldn't matter. Hey look, there's a Feral Carnosaur. I don't know what he's doing, but that's cool. I like dinosaurs. Spearmen doing work on Coralers. Coralers doing work on Spearmen. Just a lot of work being done today. Rune Lord is down. Bastillon is here. He can pump heals into Henawan. So I feel like these two sides are going to converge. At some point, Skaven's going to come over here and try and beat on these other guys. And at some point, the Dwarfs are going to die from Tehenawan, basically. Tehenawan's just going to kill everything at this point. I hypothesize. Ooh, Dragonback Slayers, though. I do not see them here. Wow. Tehenawan, what you doing, boy? Oh my god, Navarre is just chopping up Tehenawan here. He's got to be careful. The Huntsmen get thrown into the pile, and they actually block the Dragonback Slayers partially. Well, full surround though. The Henawan's got to be careful. Ooh, wow, he just bodied those Dragonbacks though. Yeah, no, I think that's it for the Dwarfs. Look at the Balance Bar, it's going so far here. Can some Skaven magic pull this back? We'll see. The cannons are firing though. The Dwarven artillery is not to be overlooked. And if it takes down Tehenawan, that's going to have a huge effect on the balance of power. Where's that Reviv crystal at? It's still full health. So here's what has to happen. The Reviv's got to stand in front of Tehenawan, and it's got to block the shots for Tehenawan for a little bit. And then they got to move forward. Tehenawan cannot take any more cannonballs. So screen with that Reviv. You can't lose your Lord, man. You can heal your Lord. Down it goes. That's a misplay, in my opinion, from Lizards, and a costly one, because they're losing their leadership, and they're losing like a 3k Lord, which they could have healed up with the Reviv crystal. Super painful. So Doris still firing to the last. They got spearmen stabbing them in the eye while they shoot their cannons, and they're like, fuck it, I'm shooting anyway. And they are, and they take out Tehenawan. So absolutely heroic Doris here. Just look at these guys. They're getting whacked on, and they're still shooting. I don't know how they're shooting. It's magic. There's no one even on this cannon, but they're shooting. This balance bar's even. Now that Tehenawan's down, like, it's mostly even. It's coming back. Well, Noctilus is going tough, man. Maybe I wrote off the Vampirates too quickly. Bloody Reavers and Noctilus, they just keep going and going. Deckhand Mob here. I mean, it's Summon City over here. Everyone's being called to the party. Noctilus dropping down a Ray Storm on the Hell Pit. Balance bar's even though. But Noctilus pulls the balance bar really far. If Noctilus dies, I mean, I don't know. Skaven could win this. It's anyone's game right now. We'll see. We'll see. Reva's like just going ham on these Dwarven artillery. He's kind of pissed off at that they killed Tehenawan, understandably. But the Thane is here, and if the Thane can take the Reviv, it could be painful. Where's the Star Chamber Guardians going? Where are they going? Dude, just stand around the Reviv crystal. What is this? I'm so confused. Now the Thane's gonna smash the Reviv. You need that buffer. What? Okay, so maybe the Bastillodon's gonna dive this other one. He's got to stay away from the Thane. That's the bottom line. Look at this guy. Come in here. Deadly Onslaught. Oh my god, he's gonna chop him up. He's gonna chop up the Reviv. For free, for no reason. You had Temple Guardian, you like all around you. That cannon was gonna die anyways. I don't know. Stuff happens. Stuff happens. Nobody's perfect. Hey look. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Terra. Ha, take that, Thane. All that deadly onslaught for nothing. You just ran away. So there you go. We all learned something. Apparently Revivs don't care if they get hit in the back by a Thane. They just like it. Balance Bars in favor of the Dwarves and Skaven for the first time in a long time. Handgunners are here, but they're almost out of ammo. So Lizards are just gonna probably sit on the Dwarf cannons and stop them from coming back. I don't know. The cannons are gonna go hide in the woods for a little bit. They're gonna just chill. Celestial Wizard's here. He's gonna chill with them. He's like, you're not gonna chill on your... Oh no, he's not. That's Costas' Celestial Wizard. And Costas' Celestial Wizard is not about chill. He's about cutting Dwarf Warriors. Let's enjoy this for a moment. These are Navari's Dwarf Warriors being cut to a crisp by a mage, no less. No, he just decided not even to hit the Dwarf Warriors. He's just going to run them over and laugh at how short they are. Oh, there he goes. He hit one. I really like this game. Especially now. Anyway, Time Lord's back. Hi, Time Lord. How you doing? You got stuff here. Looking so slick. Look at all this, like... Look at all this green shimmery stuff. Time Lord's just chilling here with all this swag. Ikit's not even moving. He doesn't have to move. He's like, just come at me, bro. I'm going to wait here. I'm going to fast forward this shit because this is a long match. Oh my goodness. Bye, Spiffy. Take it easy, man. This is a marathon. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm going hard. I'm going to be going for 4 hours straight on replays if I have to, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so here we go. Time Lord is going at the Great Cannon. Is the Great Cannon not shooting? They never reman their guns. What a waste. This one's shooting, I guess. It's shooting to help it though and missing. Why don't you shoot Ikit? Help it can heal that damage. Hey, they just ran away for no reason. Gotta love it. I guess they got scared and their leadership was dicey anyways. I think we know which way this is gonna go now. So what's left? We got a Reviv. I mean, Temple Star Chamber Guardians are strong. They are strong. But without leadership, I don't see how they're going to hold against the Helpit, Ikit, and the other dude. So, I mean, I really want to see the end. I feel like I've invested in seeing the end of this. But here's the other thing. If they go over... See, look at this. Time Lord being crafty. He's baiting them off of this artillery position because he knows there's still door stuff in reserve. And look at this. Are they going to take it? Are they going to creep up and go fight Time Lord? Because if they do, the dwarfs come back on their artillery and they shoot the Reviv. And they are. They fell for it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Those crafty dwarves. Look at Navarre. Just stroking his beard and having the last laugh here. By the way, where's that wizard? What happened to that wizard? I was having a good time. Watch, and that's just it. That's it. That's the end. It took the shots, and yeah. What a game. Look at these Reavers. Oh my god. 600 kills between them, and it didn't even matter. The Skaven tied just too much. But the double... I'm sure the double... what's it called? The two Warlock Engineers... with the, oh my god, Warp Lightning probably just spelled the end of those Depth Guard. Of course, they do have that armor as well that causes more ascension, which is also bad news for Depth Guard. Okay. Auric Armor, I think it's called. So we did this one. Oh, Phoenix. So Phoenix was the Empire player on Time Lord Navarre's team. I was wondering why it said Rip Phoenix, and now we know why he got ripped. Cult of Sotek was being played by... Yeah, okay, just because I missed it last... So Cult of Sotek was Meme Engineer, Vamp Kostas Azrael's, and Kostas was playing Empire. Kostas played a good game. He played a really good game. I will give him credit. I think he just forgot to reman his artillery crew at one point in time, but other than that, he did a really solid job. Vamp Coast versus Tanker. Skaven. Let's go. He got caught in the forest. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I didn't get that on camera. I want to let the memories of the good times last. Hey, there's Eschens times 3. This is a kite build from Tanker. It's absolute AIDS build against Mr. 1-2. Can he deal with it? Well, the good news is all of this is stealth. So this is kind of like the Goblin Rush where you you just don't show them your army until you're right on top of them. When you bring a bunch of Skulkers and Night Goblins and you're just like, haha, you brought Best for no reason. This is Tanker's version of it with Skaven. It's cool stuff. Morgul Haunter over here. It's going to be good against infantry, in theory. We'll see. I don't know. I've never been sold on these Mongol Haunters. Some people like them. I don't know. I'd rather have a Rotting Leviathan for almost the same cost, or just like so many other things. You can get like 5 units for the cost of a Mongol Haunter. I just don't think they're worth it generally. Anyway, Chaff in front. 5 units of Deckhand Mob. Cyrene on the flanks. Another Cyrene on the flank. We've got Deck Gunners. Bess is just like scratching. Can he scratch ahead? What does Bess do? What can they scratch? Hey, let's look on the side here. That's cool, man. This is like a little rigging here. Got a zombie just, I don't know, like wobbling back and forth. This guy out manning the mass. He's trying to look out, but not doing a good job. This guy got drunk on the top. He's not manning anything. He just fell asleep, passed out off too much ale. Tanker's positioning around the side. We've seen him do this before. This is how Tanker plays. Very methodical, waiting for the right moment to strike, getting a full surround. Coast has obliged by moving up and exposed their backline instead of cornering. So that's a friendly thing to do. Come on, Tanker. Let's go, man. Let's go. What's happening? Morgul Haunter's out on the hunt though. He's like, what the hell, man? Let's go get these guys. Morgul Haunter is kind of a good early detection system because I believe he also has stock. Let me double check that. Yeah, it says hidden, right? So Tanker can't see the Morgul Haunter, and he can use the Morgul Haunter to spot shots for Bess. See, Bess is online now. Well, this unit got revealed. Oh, but that's a decoy, so it doesn't even matter. So maybe he popped the decoy because this unit got revealed and he didn't want to have to dodge with Bess. Morgul Haunter is taking shots, though, from the skirmisher, so not the best situation for him to be in. But Gunnery White's like, okay, we're doing this. Enchanted Ballistics, we've seen that before. And they are like, we are going to kill this decoy into the ground until the decoy is no longer. Morgul Haunter's like getting in on the decoy, and the decoy disappears. And here come the assassins right into Bess. We're like, just caught with pants down. But Rotting Leviathan, counterplay, or not. That's Deathmaster Snitch. That's probably the one guy you don't want to go after. Well, who knows? I don't know. Noctilus plus this. Yeah, you know what? Anti-infantry. I think Noctilus plus the Rotting Leviathan can do the business to Snitch. But he got knocked over by his own Rotting Leviathan. That's kind of awkward. Which meant that he was late to the fight. Which means that the Rotting Leviathan took a lot of damage. Which means that he's losing decisively. Which means that he's almost crumbling. But Bess is down. So that takes a lot of pressure off. And an immediate surrender. Wow. So, by the way, this was a challenge match. I know why Tanker brought this build. So the challenge was to win a game with Skaven without having a single unit route. That's why he brought a full stealth army. He beat the challenge because he want not a single one of his Skaven units routed. And granted, his opponent surrendered immediately. But Tanker caused his opponent to surrender immediately because he did the right thing and completely caught him with his pants down. So crazy. Congrats to Tanker. I mean, he beat the challenge. Okay, where are we at now? Where are we at now? Skaven Swarm. So we got Time Lord and Doom. This must be from that same night when Time Lord and Doom were holding hands and singing songs, going up against Botrix and Tanker. Botrix and Tanker are Chaos and Beastman again. So I don't know which of those two matchups are played first. You saw another one cast earlier on the stream. Now we got Scryer and Dark Elves. The other one, Time Lord played Lizardman. But there's a commonality, which is the double large. He had double Engine of the Gods last time. Now he's got double Hell Pits. So, yeah, but he's got a screen for them. I really like his build. He's got Council Guard, Rat Ogres, Just the 1 unit of artillery against Chaos. With the 1 unit of artillery, he was confident and Beastman, he was confident he could win that. As Beastman, if they brought the Cygor, maybe they could have just dealt with that Zap Zap. I don't know, man. Oh, look, they did bring a Cygor. Huh. Huh. Oh, man, I'm super curious to see how this goes. Cygor versus a Zap Zap. Or a Warp Lightning Cannon. I mean, Cygor's tanky, man. And if it takes out an artillery piece... Oof, this is an interesting artillery duel. That's a real Cygor, though. That's not a summon. So that's not free damage. If the Beastman brought a summon, I think the Skaven would have had to just surrender the artillery. Probably they still want to surrender the artillery. We'll see. Is Tankers not sticking to his guns, or is he trying to like kite and shoot or something? Man, I would take that. Why not? I would try it. All you got to do, I guess he's just missed and he's discouraged now. Or he's going to try and go in the woods. I don't know, man. I think the Cygor can win that. Because once you take one cannon off, once you take one gun offline, then it's like a 2-on-1. I don't know, man. He's going back for more, but he took a few unnecessary shots while he was reconsidering his options. He did get staggered there. He's taking damage. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. Chaos Warrior is getting into it. Going up against Scan Slaves. They'll be okay there. Beastman will do well here. So the Chaff is doing what Chaff is meant to do. Which is chaffing. I don't know. On the other side, we've got Crows of Cain getting on from Spearman. I like that. Crows will do very well. Spearman low melee attack. Harpies high melee defense. Plus they got some regen, so they'll cut them up pretty well. Counter charges coming here from Marauder Horsemen and Chaos Warhounds. Is Doom going to react and pull his Crows of Cain out in time? He should. He should. There he goes. Slinking away. He'll lose a couple of unit models, though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not worth it in the end. He did lose about 20% of his unit models. I think? Where's he get? Yeah, no. He lost 8 unit models. I don't know what that is percentage-wise. Other people are better at math than me. Marauder Horsemen and Chaos Warhounds coming around the flank with Ungor Spearmen. So hard flank push here from Tanker Botrix. And I think they will get into this backside. How's that artillery duel going? It looks like the Cygor decided to just back out of range. What's he shooting at right now? Ooh, Witch Elves. Good choice. Looks like it missed on that rock. And Witch Elves are pretty fast on their feet. Ooh, it could maybe tag Blackguard. Actually, I'd rather see it shoot the Blackguard, to be honest. But this is a bit of a corkscrew here. So the Chaos and Beastmen have committed so many resources to this side, but that's left their own backline vulnerable to the Dark Elves. And maybe these are summons, so maybe they don't care so much about this, but there is a real Cygor in the back here. You can't summon 3 Cygors. So we'll see. There's Gorb, he's Chariot, that's going to interrupt some infantry. But Malice is here. Malice is going to cut up some Gorbies, so the Chariot's not going to be enough to stop that push. Hellpit's in here with the Chaos Marauders. Hellpit can hold. Here comes all the chaff. Chaos Warriors and stuff, and there it's coming in. Oh my gosh. Bounce Bar is in favor of Beastmen and Chaos, but it's usually in favor of Beastmen. Well, I don't know, man. I would say it's usually in favor of Beastmen early on because they can summon a lot of stuff, but so can Skaven, so who knows. Orb Lightning Cannon is slinking away. The Cygor summons are... This one's going down. So have they tagged much Blackguard? What are they shooting at? Dark Shards? Hit the Blackguard, man. If you got Cygors, throw your rocks at the Blackguard. Blackguard are 1,300 gold. Dark Shards are 600. Or maybe they're trying to take out this Warp Lightning Cannon. Warp Lightning Cannon is trying to reposition over here. I don't know what it's trying to shoot at. Maybe it's just trying to kite the rocks. I don't know, but I would throw rocks at the Blackguard. Ooh, Doom's getting a little balled up here. So I would say just throw the rocks at whatever's clumped up most. And there's a lot of clumping going on here. There are opportunities for Cygor rocks. There's a Flamestorm coming down here. In the mainline fight, we got AK getting into it. There's a Charybdis here. The 2 Hellpits, they are breaking up this front line and winning that front line decisively. Anywhere these 2 Hellpits and the Warlock Engineer go, it's causing a lot of issues. For the Beastmen, you do need shooting to deal with this. But of course, the Plague Priest, if there is a Plague Priest in here, can screen that. Council Guard will fight to the death as well. Hell Pits can also soak a lot of shots, so that Death Ball is going to be hard to take apart. And wherever it goes, I think the Chaos and Beastmen have to run away, basically. You don't want to fight where this ball is. You want to fight everywhere the ball is not. In this case, that's where the Dark Shards are. So that's your opportunity if you're Chaos and Beastmen. Bounce Bar is very much in favor of Chaos and Beastmen. And it does look like that, but the 2 Cygars are up. So once the 2 Cygars drop, we'll see. Are the Cygars, I mean, Council Guard is another good option for Cygar Rocks. Are they throwing it at the Council Guard? I don't know. They're throwing it at Skaven Slayers. That's awkward. This one is throwing it at Council Guard, I think. Or the Hell Pit. I'm not sure. I think it's shooting at the Council Guard. It's probably a misclick to shoot the Skaven Slayers. The Dark Shards have been online, so props to Doom for keeping his Dark Shards active. Against Beastmen and Chaos, it's very hard to do. He was able to respond to the Warhounds and prevent them from disrupting his stuff. The Witch Elves have been on like midline duty, just keeping these Dark Shards online. Anytime the Warhounds come close, the Witch Elves has been hot on the case. Of course, there are Blackguard as well who could do the work against anything heavier. But yeah, Doom is fairly close to the edge of the map, but definitely not corner camping. I mean, there's still a lot of room for Warhounds to get in here if microed properly. There is Prince Field, who looks like he's able to take out Malice, and I don't think Malice was able to pop Zarkon. So that is the gamble of going with Malice, is sometimes you just don't get that Zarkon prop. Chaos Warhounds fully surrounding him. Ooh, his leadership is going up, and I'm not sure why. Pendulum's going to get ripped down here. That must be from the Dark Elves. This Chaos Sorceress of Shadow. Trying to free up Malice here. It does cause some stuff to waver, I guess. Malice maybe he's going to break and rally. I mean, Sphigol doesn't have the foot speed to catch him. Are these Chaos Warhounds going to be able to chase him off? I mean, his leadership is coming up slowly but surely. We'll see. Rat Ogres are going in there to bail out their dude and inspire Malice to another fight. If he can pop Zarkan, it could be huge. It will jack the balance bar for a little bit. Balance bar is shifting in favor of Skaven now, so at least one of the Cygars... Oh, these must be real Cygars. I mean, I don't know. Zapsap is getting free shots on Malagor, so in spite of all that Cygor, not a single Warp Lightning Cannon artillery piece has gone down, which is remarkable. I don't know how Time Lord was able to manage that. And the Blackguard are still very healthy, so I don't know how the Cygor rocks were being used, but it doesn't seem optimal. The priority targets are probably the Blackguard and the Warp Lightning Cannon and the Council Guard. Those are the 3 best targets for the rocks. They did wreck Council Guard, kind of, but they're still at 47 unit models. And I'm sure a lot of the rocks just got soaked by the Hell Pits because they were standing with the Hell Pits. I think throwing it at the Dark Shards was not a waste, but not the best use. And there's still only 600 gold. These aren't even the Dark Shards with shields. And Blackguard are twice the value of Dark Shards. Like, don't overreact to Dark Shards. You got chaff to deal with Dark Shards. You need to kill the Blackguard with your artillery. Anyway, I preach too much sometimes. So I think this one's going to go in favor of Skaven. I think the Chaos and Beastmen are out of tricks here. Blackguard's full health. There's Mirror Guard. There's the Gore Beast Chariot. Well, maybe. Gore Beast's going to get in on these Dark Shards. Going to take them out. I'm just fast forwarding because I want to get to other... Yeah, okay. So still going after these Dark Shards. A lot of resources been committed to taking these Dark Shards offline, but like, I mean, let them use their ammo on the Ungor. It's not even that big of a deal. But how are you going to kill the Blackguard, man? You got Sphigol. Sphigol can kill Blackguard really slowly, maybe. I don't know. Not against Hell Pits. I don't see any way for Chaos and Beastmen to get back in this. And I'm going to call it if Malagor goes down, which probably is. Oh, he's not, though. Razorgore Herd. Interrupt just in the nick of time. It goes offline. Zarkan got popped. Well, maybe. I mean, this makes it interesting. So Bounce Bar could be artificially inflated because of Zarkan. And Zarkan is no more, but Bounce Bar is still up. So now it's a waiting game. Chaos and Beastmen are going to regroup. Maybe try and freshen up a little bit, but Hell Pits are full health. I think I'm going to call this one. Let's see. Cygars can fight, but I don't think they can take on 2 Hell Pits. There's Miles in the back. Okay. Well, I'm going to give this game its due, but I do think it's going to go with... I do think it's going to go to the Skaven. Hopefully they'll fight soon. Both armies just looking at each other. Come on, I want to see the end to this. Let's go, guys. Let's get it on. Did you ever listen to Marvin Gaye? I might just leave this replay if something doesn't happen soon. Come on, guys. Alright, I'm going to call this one because nothing's happening. And I got more replays to do. But I'm going to assume that Skaven won that one. What else we got here? I want to make sure I'm still going in the right order. So Rip Phoenix, we did that one. Skaven Challenge, we did that. We did Skaven Swarm. Skirmish. Alright. We got Time Lord and Doom up against Black Dog and Who's Your Daddy. So something a bit different there. Oh, only one more game after this. We actually made it through the replay onslaught, just about. So it looks like Time Lord and Doom have got a little bit of a mojo going together, like some synergy. They've been able to work together well together. Going up against, yeah, Black Dog and this other person who I don't know. I don't know either of these players. But I'm sure you are wonderful gentlemen. And you're cool because you brought Malice and Medusa. So there you go. Plus your Dark Elf. So yeah, and greenskins are always fun. Got Aztec up top. Hammer of Gork, interesting choice. Giant. Squeaker. It's a pretty balanced roster. Free Company Militia, Vanguard. Is this Doom going aggressive with Pistoliers? 3 Pistoliers trying to get in some damage to the greenskins early. Aztec is chasing. He should not chase Pistoliers. He's going to take a lot of unnecessary damage here. He's got to come up with a better solution for the Pistoliers. You do not want to lose your Lord to Pistolier fire. Oof. I know it's not. It doesn't look like much, but that's damage that he doesn't want to take. Airboys are a good answer to Pistoliers. You can send the Airboys over there if he cares enough. But these Pistoliers can just dive the cannon and take it offline. If Aztec pulls out of position, there's a unit of Sterling's Revenge is here. Oh man, those Pistoliers need to dive and just take that Hammer of Gork right offline. Over here we've got Boris Todbringer. I'm going to come over here and kill the Goblin Big Boss, no doubt. There's Gelt and a Light Wizard. In a 2-on-1, they could give Aztec a go, probably. Neither one of them is good combatants, but in a 2-on-1, they could probably make it close. Sorceress of Fire here, Bloodwrack of Medusa is here. Bloodwrack's taking a lot of damage early on. I think it's a tough choice to bring against Empire. I would not bring it against Empire. I would bring it against maybe Vampire Counts, though. It's good against Vampire Counts. Yeah, I don't know. Here comes the Sorceress of Fire. It's looking a lot of really fiery. I see red going on and drops a Vortex on an artillery piece. The artillery piece is going to get Earthblood. Did. And I think this is why it's not a great use of the Vortex. I mean, it did some HP damage, but it can be healed. But it's not going to kill the actual artillery pieces. It might kill some crew, but it's not a big deal. Uh-oh. Zap zap. Yeah, sorry. The Luminarch has erased the Bloodwrack Medusa. It's now repositioning to the Hydra, maybe? Or Malice? They could also just snipe Malice off the map pretty easily. But counterplay. Here come the Squigs. So the Greenskins player is doing okay. And he's challenged Boris to a fight. It's going to be atrocious for Aztec. Because Boris can heal, Aztec cannot. So I would probably want to kite that. Here comes the Wog. Greenskins going hard. Balance bar is even. It's still early days. Hellstorm Rocket Battery is offline. Jade Wizard is here. Jade Wizard plus Boris is overkill, although he does have a steam tank, so Jade Wizard plus steam tank does make sense, as I've mentioned earlier in this cast. Aztec going after the Pistoliers. Gonna wrap them up. Total waste of Aztec, in my opinion. Because here comes Boris. And he's gonna get in a juicy rear charge. And that's HP that Aztec is never gonna get back. Down it goes. And That's going to push the balance bar. And Hydra's getting pumped. The Bloodrack Medusa rallied. How's Malice doing over here? I don't know. Shots coming in from the Dark Shards. They're screening out the Templehoff, so Templehoff has had to fall back. Hydra got netted, and guns are firing. And it's enough to break the Hydra again, or for the first time. I don't know. I don't know how many times the Hydra's broken. He gets 3 chances. 3 strikes, you're out in Warhammer. Or 2 strikes and you're out, actually. The third time you break, you're gone. Malice is here. He's still high HP. I'm surprised the Luminarch wasn't trying to shoot Malice. I can understand trying to shoot the Bloodrack. I don't think the Hydra's that big of a deal. The Black Lions are... I don't know what they're doing. Looks like Boris is coming here to help the Jade Wizard. I like that play. The Squigs are going to route from that. They don't like terror-causing things. Shots from the Steam Tank are going into the Hydra right now. Maybe they'll reposition to the Medusa. I'm not sure. Giant can go over there and hit the Steam Tank. And I would strongly encourage him to do that. Orc Airboys are going to get charged from the Steam Tank. I don't know if that's the best use of the Steam Tank's time, but it's not the worst either. I mean, it'll do fine against the Airboys. Squig Herd could come over here and help out. Squig Herd plus the Giant would win against the Steam Tank and put the Airboys back online. The Giant is kind of doing nothing, just hitting some Spearmen. He would be much better taking out the Steam Tank, but on the other hand, if he gets pulled towards the Steam Tank, maybe it's not pulled going towards other things. Maybe he's trying to get his way over to this gun line, but guns will do well against the Giant. I don't know, man. It's just craziness everywhere. But Empire is pulling ahead here. Another net goes down on this poor Hydra. It's been a beat stick the whole game. Just getting shot by the Steam Tank, shot by the Black Lions. Just taking a beating from everything. Bloodrack Medusa, I mean, I'm surprised he's still here. How's Malice doing? Is Malice fighting Boris? I would assume that at some point they're gonna tango. There's the Supreme Sorceress whacking on the light lizard with the support of the Giant. That's nice stuff. Where's Malice? Malice is still full health, so it's definitely not a game yet. But look, 2 units of Free Company militia rally right on the edge of the map because Malice was unable to chase them off. One of the Squigs, 2 of the Squigs maybe, could have chased them off. But Malice had more important things to do, I guess. But he's going to take some shots to the face as he goes to do those important things. The Medusa has been taken off by Boris, and now Boris can start being the nuisance that we all know Boris to be. Dark Shards with shields, taking shots from the Black Lion War Wagon, which can kite and shoot. War Wagon plus the Steam Tank, causing issues for the slow-moving Hydra. Of course, they were kind of... like the Empire stuff were dropped, like those war wagons were dropped at the time of the Lizardman DLC to deal with a lot of the Lizardman large that could just, run over traditional Empire static cannon build. But the byproduct of that is they've also had a lot of, they've had a negative impact on the viability of Hydras, which used to be able to kind of just bowl their way through the Empire lines or soak a lot of shots for the Dark Elves, But now with this, the Black Lion War Wagon, you could kite the War Hydra, and it makes it a lot riskier of a pick to bring the War Hydra. And I think you have seen Dark Elf players not bringing the War Hydra as much, certainly not against Empire, as a consequence of that. Here comes the Luminarch, and it just put a shot into Malice, and I think that's going to cause this game to end. One more shot coming in here, we'll see. Opting not to shoot Boris. Zarkan gets popped. But it's an act of desperation now, and I think this game is going to the Empire. Once Zarkan drops, it's over. I've seen enough of this one. It's over. Oh, Time Lord was playing Gelt in that game. Cool. With the triple caster build. Wild. And... boom, boom, boom. We are down to the very last replay. If you guys have stuck with me to the end, then I tip my hat to you because you are a trooper. We got Spiffy up against Stewie in the final match of the night. Double Peg Knights, the cool Grail Knights, the ones that bring the spirit of Bretonnia with them. We've got, not the Grail Guardians, the real Grail Knights. Then we got vampires. And the Grail Knights, the regular Grail Knights, they do have magic damage. They're a nice pick against vampires. They do not have... There's no fire damage though, so regen could still be an issue. I don't think Bretonnia has any access to fire damage outside of the fire arrows. Is that what these are? Yeah, that's what these are. Spiffy showing he knows his Bretonnians a little bit. It's probably not his first time fighting against vampires. We've got Manfred von Karstein, a White King, and another White King. Oh, what? Oh, that's a master. That's a necromancer. Do we have double summon build? Yeah, Raise Dead and Gaze. Oh no. This is legit. There's not two copies of Raise Dead. There's Invocation. So he's splitting up his casting. I don't know what the point of that is. I mean, Manfred can probably bring both of those spells, so why do you need the Necromancer? I don't know, you might as well just grab another Right King. It's probably cheaper. Felbat's dodging some arrows. I think they don't need to engage yet, because the infantry hasn't even reached the Bretonnian front line just yet. Bretonnia is trying to decide what to do. He did bring a Grail Reliquary, as is the chivalrous thing to do when you're going up against the Legions of Undead. Fey-Entranced is a nice pick too in this matchup because she does have a Mortis Engine effect that's really, really useful against vampires. Blood Knights not going in on Fey. It looks like they didn't want to get countercharged by the Grail Knights, so showing a little bit of discipline there. I can appreciate that. Fey-Enchantress was trying to be used to bait out the Blood Knights, I think, but the vampires are opting to let the Skelly screen take the hit and trying to do a little countercharging of their own with the Blood Knights. Will the Yeomen be able to intercept, or are these Grail Knights going to take it on the chops? We'll see. Grail Knights are trying to push through and get in that charge, but no, I think the charge bonus is going to go for the Blood Knights, but they are going to get side charged. And here's Faye popping Shield of Thorns. That's big. On the other hand, no support bus that I can see for the Blood Knights. So Shield of Thorns plus 30% weapon damage. This is the key fight here. So these guys they still have 106 charge bonus. It's absolutely bananas. With the 45 weapon strength being buff plus the anti-large, and Blood Knights, they just don't do it for me. I don't know, man. They just don't. They don't get the job done. For me, most of the time, I don't know. I don't bring them. I don't like them. The Vamps will win the front line, but who cares? It doesn't matter. At least not yet. These Pig Knights here. Oh, drop a rear charge. Yeah, Spiffy, that's my boy. Take him out. Right in the buddy. Oh, look at these Blood Knights getting full surrounded. Look at that. These guys are like, I don't know, 1,800 gold or something ridiculous. That's like 3,600 gold. That's like you just murdered like a moon dragon. Just straight up murdered a moon dragon and then murdered an eagle on top of the moon dragon. Like, if you kill all of that, you should win the game. But we'll see. Balance bar is still somehow even, because I guess as good as that went, this part's going real bad for Bretonnia. But the Grail Relic is just buying some time here. Faye's going to drop some comets, but it's on zombies. It's a waste. Well, there's Crypt Ghouls here. There's Crypt Ghouls here, but they're going to heal it. The Corpse Cart is going to heal them. So, still probably a waste, but there was nothing else for that to be used on now that everything else has died. Faye can probably drop an Earthblood or something. I think she has Earthblood, right? Yeah. She can heal the Knights. The Knights they're getting a little chunked. Well, uh-oh, here comes rear charges. Now that the Vamps don't have their cav, it's going to get tough for them. The Felbats opting to go after the Fire Archers instead of trying to interrupt the Bretonnian cavalry charge. I think it's probably not worth it. They're not going to kill the archers fast enough anyways. They'll just suppress them for a bit, and they lost their front line. Right King has been doing a whole lot of nothing, as does Manfred. I don't know. I mean, they're still valuable. And Faye's Mist of the Lady's not going to do much against that, but if they lose all of their front line, I mean, at some point, I think the Bretonnians will be able to just cycle charge them. The Bowmen are still firing, but they're out of ammo. Oh, Dwellers Below popped on the Zombies, Crypt Ghouls, and Sternsmen. I like that play. Not afraid to use the big winds of magic there, but in this case, it was the right call. Look at all the damage it did to the Stearnsman. Usually a very hard unit to bring down, but not the most mobile unit. So I like that from Spiffy. Can he get one or two more cycle charges in here to just seal the deal? I think he can. I believe in the power of Spiffy. Fey Enchantress could be in here, dropping some mist of the lady. She's going to get chased by the Necromancer. Countercharge. Zombie summons go up. Fey's going to go after the Necromancer. Necromancer gets full surrounded. He's going down. Charges galore. Bretonia's won this one. Congrats to Spiffy. Congrats to anyone who can put up with my voice for like a solid 2 hours. And I'll catch you around. That was fun. Keep sending the replays. I will do my best to cast them if you send them to me. Oh, wait. I lied. I have to do one last game. I promised for Metal I would show his game against the AI. So I will show that game. But if seeing a fight against AI is not your thing, I'm throwing it out there in advance. This is against AI, and I have to find the game because I don't even know what game it's called. I think it's this. Here we go. We've got Grombrindle, aka Metal Brigade, playing the Dwarfs, going up against the Greenskins, and we're gonna see some Dwarven tenacity against a Green Horde. This is a bonus match for anyone who just can't get enough and is willing to watch AI. So what do we have here? We've got Corlers. I'm gonna put this on fast forward. Yeah, I'm gonna max speed this. Oh, you stuck with it right to the end. Hey man, I promised I'd do it and I did it. There you go. We've got Corlers. We got a front screen of Dwarf Warriors, Miners, and Grombrindle. And we've got some Iron Drakes ready to breathe some fire. The Greenskins being savvy and just holding up outside of the firing range of the Dwarven Missile Infantry, waiting for the moment to advance. And yeah, I guess they're going to wait for all this infantry and stuff to get in here. I don't think they have a Vortex spell, because that would be kind of useful. And I don't think they have much in the way of individual entities. So in this case, the map do endorse some favor, but Balance Bar right from the get-go in favor of the Greenskins, just on a sheer numbers advantage. Let's see if they can hold. Shots coming in here on Goblin Wolf Riders and other things. These guys are getting barbecued real quick. They probably want to just dive into melee against the Dwarf Iron Drakes. They're not going to win, but they can shut them down, which would give a little bit of time for the rest of the stuff to advance. But a piecemeal attack from Skirmishers is not going to get the job done. So AI, step your game up, boy. Goblin Wolf Riders and other things just going to shamble on there like an undead horde. Here they come, going into the Dwarf Warriors. Goblin Wolf Riders going to lead the charge. Got some cool spears, some stickas. Grombrindle is going to break up the Orc Boy charge. Counter charge comes from the Miners, and here we go. On the far side, it looks like these guys are just holding tight, so Dwarves able to just let Grombrindle do his thing. The Gyrocopter, does it have some bombs? Can it drop some bombs on the Orc Boys? I would like to see that. In the meantime, it looks like it's just trading shots with some stuff. I'm not sure what. Maybe the Goblin Wolf Riders just getting him off the map. I mean, it's got options. It could snipe out this Orc War Boss, perhaps. Or it could drop bombs on the infantry blob. Or it could go into melee against the Orc Air Boys and be used like a chariot. Cycle charge them. There are Skulkers in the back. If it were to dive, I guess the Skulkers could respond to them. But yeah, let's see. In the meantime, the Corlers are just raining wave after wave of volleys onto these Orc boys. Orc boys don't have the best leadership in the world. They do have shields, so they will be able to soak a certain amount of that damage, and they're not really super high tier. But Balance Bar is starting to come back in favor of the Dwarves. So far holding tight, but here comes wave number 2. In come the Goblin Wolf Riders. But the Dwarf Warriors are going to try and brace, and they get there just in the nick of time. Iron Drakes, are they going to be able to fire? No, because the Dwarf Warriors pile in and block the line of sight. I do not think the Iron Drakes will be able to get any shots. The Corridors can shoot their ammo over top, but oh well, maybe one model is firing. No, the Iron Drakes get pulled into combat, so maybe a little bit of a mismatch right there. Uh-oh, Goblin Wolf Riders, they slipped the gap. That sneaky AI going to get through and maybe get in here and tie up these Corlers. We shall see. There, oh, well, instead they opt to go for a rear charge on the Dwarf Warriors. That's going to buckle their leadership. Over here, these Miners have been holding firm with the support of Grombrindle, but Orc Warboss taking matters into his own hands, and he's taking down the miners, and he's not as great of a target, I guess. Uh, so Grombrindle could go after the Orc War Boss and just cut him up immediately. Instead, he's like knee deep in Orcs right now. I guess the Bloodlust coming to the fore here. Corlers, have they decided to... I don't know what they're shooting at right now. I think they're spreading their shots. They could snipe the Orc War Boss. They could shoot the Skulkers, which does AP damage and doesn't have shields. I don't know. There's options. But I guess as long as the Dwarfs are firing, there's hope, right? In the meantime, here comes the Green Tide up on the far side. We've got just waves of Orc Warriors bashing up against the Dwarf Warriors. Look at the leadership situation of the Dwarf Warriors getting really, really low. We've got the Iron Drakes finally back online. Just because the Dwarf line has become so thin, I guess there are gaps now where they do have line of sight, and they're breathing fire here. The Dwarf Warriors are probably taking some friendly fire here. I'm not entirely sure, but they are going to break. But guns are firing, and the Orcs are taking a lot of damage here too, so maybe they're going to break before they ever make it to the back line. We'll see. This unit of Dwarf Warriors... Oh no, it's a Night Goblin War Boss. He's going to ball up the Iron Drakes. That means that they're no longer firing, so tough stuff over there. Maybe these guys are going to be able to push through the gap. Dwarf Warriors are holding just barely on both sides. We'll see Skulkers wavering. Stuff in the back has regrouped. Miners over here on the far flank. I don't know how they got there, but they did. Magic. Dwarf Warriors here are going to get smoke bombed by the nasty Skulkers. Gyrocopter is going to chase off a lot of the routing infantry. I guess, and Grombrindle has found his way onto his man. The Orc War Boss going to get chunked down. And if the Orc War Boss goes, there goes the leadership. And that should probably seal the deal for the Dwarfs. But hey, Grombrindle's pretty low too. So if Grombrindle dies, I mean, same thing happens for the Dwarfs. They might just ride as well. We saw how dicey leadership was here, but Grombrindle has no fear. And he's going to show that in his matchup against this Orc War Boss. Give him the business. Orc War Boss shatters. That's going to cause leadership issues potentially for the Greenskins. But they do have the Night Goblin War Boss still online. So it's not like they have no leadership left on the field. It might cause one of the armies to buckle and break. I think that's this army over here. But the other army is standing tight, which I guess is pinned to the leadership of this Night Goblin War Boss. And Dwarves getting overrun here. So Bounce Bar starting to trend in favor of the Dwarves. Meanwhile, the bridge has fallen, and the Corlers are in combat with Orc War Boys. It does say that they're losing. Everyone's losing. There's a bunch of losers over here, guys. The Orc War Boys are losing. The Corlers are losing. These Dwarf Warriors are even. But I don't know. I don't understand this game sometimes. But I do think the Orc War Boys should trade cost effectively. On the other hand, still more shots from the Corlers here. So Dwarfs holding strong. Skulkers are going to probably lose to Dwarf Warriors here. Maybe not. Skulkers are winning. When Skulkers are winning, they get a buff to their stats. They do more weapon strength. They get more AP. They get more leadership as well, or melee attack. Anyway, let's see. They might be able to grind it out if they're winning. It's this right here. Plus 12 melee attack, plus 40% AP. That's a big deal. Anyway, Gyrocopter. It dove the air boys. That's cool. Being used as Jarrett now that its ammo's out. Over here, the flank is holding tight. Bounce Bar is back in favor of the Greenskins, so still back and forth battle. We've got Skulkers over here going hard. Here comes Grombrindle into the Night Goblin War Boss. Still showing no fear. I mean, oh no, he's going after the Skulkers. He's gonna break the Skulkers first. Drops the Flash Bomb. I guess he's decided to save the Night Goblin. He's going after the Night Goblin War Boss. Ooh, look at that damage. One swing of his axe. He cleaves this Night Goblin's arms off, and he's going to just break right there. So even though Grombrindle was so low, because of that charge bonus, and because the Night Goblin War Boss was fighting stuff that wasn't Grombrindle, took a ton of damage. Shifts the balance bar slightly in favor of the Dwarfs again. Orc Airborns are shooting, and these Corlers are pretty much out of ammo. Here's some stuff that's rallied over here. Night Goblin War Boss might be able to kite Grombrindle into the distance, but he's running in like a retarded direction. 35 speed versus the speed of Grombrindle 32. Normally he would be able to kite, but because of the map, I think he's just like retardedly charged into Corlers in his route. And now Grombrindle's probably going to finish him. That's going to break him. I think we can call that match there if the Night Goblin War Boss goes down. Oh, Grombrindle got distracted, chasing other stuff. But yeah, congrats to Metal Brigade. Against the numerical odds, he's been able to show the tenacity of the Dwarfs and hold on until the finish. Oh, Night Goblin War Boss came back though. Cheeky goblins. Smoke bomb. Rear charge. Grombrindal. Hacking up all the leadership. Alright, congrats guys. You got in the bonus match. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the games. Wow, look at all the kills on these Quarrelers. Almost 200 apiece. That is insane. I don't think you'll see any games where Quarrelers get 200 kills outside of this game. So you saw it here. And Iron Drake's doing work too. Take care, guys. Thanks for all the replays. I had a blast, and we'll see you around. Bye.